Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience there. You know, it's funny. Every single person that has seen that new intro is like dark. Is fire. Why is it so close? Hold up. Boom, boom. Oh well, we don't have to do this. Let's do this. All right. So let's give a warm welcome to our folks in chat. They're probably not used to me starting this close to on time. But when I got a guest, you know what I'm saying. I got to honor their time. Man Against the Masses was first this evening. Congratulations. He says, yo, yo, yo. Very prophetic, my man. Opie, BV Luminous, Joe Morris. All y'all, what's up? Jeff Cron, what's cracking? Chanamemba, Chanamemba. Come out in PLA, Chanamemba. What up? Flying Rich, welcome. I actually have a quick mail call that I'm going to do this evening as well. I Want to Ride, what up? Opie again, Masses, Invader Zeb, what up, what up? Good to see you. Wilberto Concerto. That means P38 Wilbur. You know what I'm saying? King Marco Juggernaut, what up? Kickaboogan Boy, good to see you, man. Long time. Angry Sarge, Chanamemba. Well, I mean, that's what he said. Like, you know, nothing against you. Fire Rider, bro, good to see you. Martin Kaminsky. Okay, so shout out to everybody in chat. Shout out specifically to two people. One is actually doing another live stream right now, Swamp Dog. So Swamp Dog was the one that actually put all that hard work into that dope intro that you saw. Yeah, that one. So shout out to Swampy. Appreciate you, brother. If you haven't checked out his channel, he's got a couple great shows. One is a gunsmithing show. The other is Swamp Talk. It's dope. He's got some goats on right now. He's got some good people. Check him out. Also, shout out to Flying Rich because today I received. That's why we're doing a mail call. I received a package from your boy Swampy. I also received a package from the Flying Rich Autonomous Zone. Something called Fraz. I don't know. Flying Rich Autonomous Zone. Not sure what that is, but. We'll be opening on camera, but I want to go ahead and hold off on that for a couple reasons. Number one, I need to make sure that everything was scribbled out that needs to be scribbled out. And number two, we have a very important guest today, and we don't have a whole lot of time with him, so we want to make sure that we honor his time and cherish every moment. So I would like to introduce you, a very special person. You may have seen him in your YouTube Shorts feed with a full auto Desert Eagle. You may have seen him in his, dozens and dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of videos making and shooting machine guns. But more recently, you may have seen him in a Vice documentary about machine guns. So give a warm Dilder Builder DLD welcoming to Jay the Shooter, the Jay the Shooter, aka Full Auto Jay.
What's going on, man? Shout out to the chat, man.
Dude, great to have you on, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, man, this is awesome. I first met you on P.D. Ralph's roast, and figured out that we both live, in Virginia. So it was like, dude, we got to, VA unite,
Yes, sir, man. We're less than 20 miles from each other.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Hey, so I saw some familiar names in the chat, man. So shout out to Angry Sarge. I see you're out there.
Yep.
Who else we got out there, man? We got a few more people. I see some names.
Sport Brand. We got
Sport Brand. That's Flying Rich. What's up, brother?
Yep, Flying Rich. Sport Brand.
That's some cool names, man. Against the Masses. I like that.
Yeah, he's
Invader Zip.
Yeah, Invader Zip actually was the one that remember that thing I told you for the project, like this is the one we should do. He's the developer of that, so he's
I love it. Let's get it done. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I kind of made him hip to like what we discussed. Also, come out in PLA. He's a big supporter of like the whole community. So me, Rich, Crump, like all the little circle of us little YouTubers.
Right.
He's in all of our streams. Toy Town Inc., Dirt McGirt, everybody, man. Jeff Cron. Who else did I miss? I saw somebody else up here. Double X. What's up, brother? And the cool thing is Man Against the Masses. His his little icon there, it's hard to tell, but it's like a little symbol, right?
Mm,
And then in the middle it says BV. So that like BE and then THE. So that little symbol is the symbol for ohms in
right,
electricity,
right.
which signal resistance. So his little picture says "Be the
Be the
resistance."
resistance. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's pretty
I like
dope.
that.
Man. Pretty dope.
The first thing I thought
So,
was Omega, so I was like, what is what is he Omega? Sci-fi, fraternity or
yeah, that's the
something?
first thing I
But
thought of too, and he kind of
right,
had to school me on it. So,
yeah,
yeah, man, so
I like that.
let everyone know, who you are, what you do, where they can find you, and all that good stuff.
Man, I'm Jay the Shooter on YouTube. I'm underscore Jay the Shooter on Instagram. I've been on a hiatus. I feel like a little bit lately, man. On it seemed like on Instagram I haven't, but on YouTube I've kind of taken a, I guess you can say, a little hiatus away from the platform for a minute just to kind of regroup. New year, um,
Yeah,
yeah, just trying to get things together, man. Got a few projects underway, so
looks
I
like you
think
got a lot of projects on the way,
you
especially
know,
one
yeah.
specific one out that has to do with some steel targets, maybe even one underwater.
Yeah. Well, it's not underwater; it's in the water. I wanna line
Yeah,
up some targets. Well, I'm building a range, so let me put that out there. I'm in the process of building a range. You guys know how hard it is to find land when you have a YouTube channel and you're just trying to find a dedicated place to shoot. Um, with a little bit of background, I used to drive about an hour and 20 minutes to Culpeper, Virginia. You know how far that is. You can
yeah,
appreciate that.
hmm
And that was my dedicated range, but it just became too much. So luckily, I pulled up on this rich dude, like literally 10 minutes from my house. He has a lot of land, 30, 40 acres. Pulled up on him, man. Good guy, amazing guy.
yeah,
Um, he said, just tell me what you need. You seem like a good guy. I'm a good judge of character.
hmm
So I spilled it to him. I spilled the beans. I said, look, man, this is what I need, man. I'm driving crazy hours on the road to create content for my YouTube channel. He said, look, man, come walk with me. He showed me what I would consider, man, beautiful, beautiful, heavenous piece of land, piece of plot that I could shoot at.
yeah,
And I mean, he was even gracious enough to let me bring Vice out there for the docu series that we did.
yeah.
Um,
That's the same spot.
Same spot. Let me record in his house. He just bought a brand new ATV. So now well, you guys probably see me on live on Instagram.
Yep.
It's still up in my video. You saw me splashing through the waters, driving around in a brand new ATV.
Yeah, and I
He
saw
was
you
like,
rocking the
Jay,
plate
just take it, man.
carrier.
Just go do your thing. Take the guy. Money Poor Gear Rich came up and did an interview with me this weekend. So we driving around in trails around a 30, 40 acres. Beautiful, man. So um
That's
I
incredible.
can, yeah. So John, if you're listening, if he ever sees this, man, that dude is a pure blessing to everything I got going on. So we are literally building a range. We got spent about 3-4 thousand in steel targets to put out there. Got some more money to spend out there to throw some more targets to make. We've built an ambush alley.
I saw
Ambush
that.
alley. You
That's
saw that?
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that, and I like how it's not just like a flat range. Like
Mm,
you really have to shoot and move. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
most. So I built a range with my buddy that I mean it took a lot of time. It was
Right.
about 70 yards out, and even though it was kind of terrainous or whatever terrainish, there was a lot of terrain. Um, you still like could only shoot and move so much,
Correct.
and you had like the shepherd's hook with the targets on it. You had the
Mhm.
gongs. You had the reactive targets that
Right.
bounce back up, and we
Right.
put one of the skeet machines where you use your foot on the pedal to shoot
Mhm.
around, and that was dope. But like the setup that you have, like it's a workout and it's shooting at the same time.
Man, you saw the gear I had on. I was in full battle rattle, man.
Yeah. Man, you
I
had the plate carrier, the bump
yeah,
with the ears on it. I was like,
dude.
"Dang, my man's got a whole setup."
Man, I literally moved about 100 feet, just kind of move, and it's rocks all over the place on the ground. So there's a stream
Yeah,
running through. If I can give you guys a picture, a stream on the side of the stream, on the left side of the stream, there's the ambush alley that we created. So you're walking over terrainous ground, rocks and gravel, everything right there. On the
yeah,
other side of that, on the other side of the little stream, you have steel targets that I put up over there, so you can turn, shoot, and you got maybe yeah, I wanted to build it as if you got people coming at you from all around. You don't know where the threat is coming from. So
yeah,
you just walk up a little bit, you bound up a little bit, and you got a little target that's gonna pop up. You got a pepper popper right there. You got a steel target there. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a real dynamic situation, man. I don't want to let too much out of the bag, but we do have some NFL players that wanted to come out and shoot as well. So I wanted to try to get this right before they get out here. So if that,
There's
yeah.
a lot of those in our area. You
Hmm.
know, there's
Ashburn, man.
yeah, out there in Ashburn. There's what's his name? A few of my family members like sold houses to some of them. I actually sold a Draco with a drum to. He used to come to the barbershop all the time. Fred Davis,
Right.
old Redskin. Damn,
Yeah,
I probably
which
should have put all
barbershop is
this.
that, by the way? Because I just found a spot that they tell me a lot of Redskin players
So
go
it
to.
used to be back then. It was cutting up,
Okay.
and the barber that I used to go. I mean, I went to him for like 10 years before he went to open up his own shop.
Hmm.
And then now, because of the Rona, he's actually literally cutting out of his house, like
Right.
by
Okay.
appointment only. So I
Gotcha.
don't want to give that info out, but
No, you good. You good. Gotcha.
yeah, cutting up is a good spot.
Right.
But there's another one not too far from there. The what was it? It was like the Boulevard, and then there was
Yeah, I
another
thought you were
one.
talking about Sharpline. I was just introduced to Sharpline. I literally
Oh
just
yeah,
left there today. So
that's not
Sharpline,
Ashburn. Is that Ashburn?
that's Ashburn. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what Frank, that dude Frank owns it.
Yeah. Right by the Forest Fish Shack, right there.
Yep, yep, yeah. They're good people. They're good people.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but man, you're really known for machine guns, and I think it's funny you actually mentioned this in the Vice. Can I play the Vice
Yeah,
documentary?
please, man. Please do
Am I
your
going
thing,
to get
brother.
hit
This
for
this no,
copyright?
you shouldn't. This is your show, man. Run it.
I'll tell you what. If you get an alert that says DLD After Dark is using your copywritten stuff, you can click allow. All
No,
right.
it's not mine. It's not mine. It's Vice's, but you should be fine. You should be fine. It's promotion, so
Oh, that's right. That's right.
yeah.
I didn't think about that. Oh, and did you? Oh snap! Let me stop that. Did you save that live stream on Instagram when you went live?
I did.
Uh,
I did. It's there.
you did? Okay, we may
Yes.
be able to show that joint too.
Okay.
Let's see. Is this
Hey, so Man
you?
Against the Masses. Yeah, man, we're neighbors. Hey, thank you for subbing as well. Man Against the
Yeah,
Masses.
yeah. There's a handful of people that are subbing. Yeah, yeah. We're like close. It's pretty crazy, and it was crazy to see. In the Vice documentary, it was like Fairfax, Virginia. Like, bro, I grew up in
Yeah,
in that area.
right.
So let's get this. So I don't think it's on. Okay, that's right. It's on. Hold on.
Yeah, I was very glad they put that in there, man. It just felt refreshing to see Fairfax, Virginia. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
represent the area, man, where we're coming out of, man. I mean, I'm not from here originally, but it does feel good to rep Virginia, man, the DMV.
Where
You
are
know what I
you
mean?
from originally?
I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, so I'm from the
Okay,
South.
okay,
Yeah, I grew up there, spent my first 18 years there, you know,
nice.
went through school, then I transitioned to the military right away, and pretty much took me to Clarksville, Tennessee, man.
Mm,
After doing some training and actually I did some training in Fort Lee, Virginia. I went to basic at what was it, South Carolina,
okay.
Fort Jackson. Then I went to Fort Lee, Virginia for my advanced technical school. Um,
And what branch were you in?
Army.
Army. Okay.
Yeah, then I went to Clarksville, man. Clarksville to 101st Airborne Division Air Assault. So
Damn. My one of my friends I used to work at the gun shop was 82nd Airborne.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's at a Fayetteville, right?
yeah,
North Carolina.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And after, like, what was next after that? Like, what brought you up around this way?
Well, I mean, after so I was at Fort Campbell when 9/11 happened, and we were stop loss for a while. And I was in an infantry unit, so they had to make a decision of whether we were going to deploy or not. So they
Yeah,
opened up the stop loss for a few months while they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. And it was time for me to either reenlist or decide on getting out.
yeah.
So I decided to reenlist, and I decided to go over to England. So I joined the military intelligence unit in England, and they PCS me to England, and I stayed there for the
Damn.
next 12 years.
12 years?
Yeah, man, 12 years. I kind of like broke the record of staying in one place as in the
Damn.
army. And I did in place consecutive overseas tour, stabilization. I loved England, man. It was dope just being in Europe.
That's
Yeah,
what's up, man.
Europe is the stuff, man. It's the shit for real.
Do they did you have any issues with the fire? Well, I guess being active military, the firearm regulations didn't really impact you.
No. So overseas, you can't have any firearms. I mean, unless you're shooting with your unit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so you were at least able to have firearms, but they were your military issued firearms.
Correct.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. So I never touched a firearm when I was in Europe. Now, when I was at Fort Campbell, I was the unit armorer. Ironically,
Okay.
right? So I was
Wow.
unit armor for about a good year and a half. And like I said, overseas, you couldn't have any weapons at all. England don't play it, man. Europe,
Dang.
their firearms guidelines are very strict. So I never bought my first. I didn't buy my first firearm until I got back to the States in 2014.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah,
So so when you were over there, you were focusing mostly on like intelligence type stuff, or can you talk about
yeah. I
anything?
actually, so I went over there. I was logistics. Believe it or not, man. It
Okay.
was my first job in the army. 10 years logistics. And I didn't know what military intelligence was until I actually got into the unit. It required me to get a top secret clearance and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so when I got to Europe, they put me in for this top secret clearance. I'm like, man, what the hell is this? Why am I getting this? Sit down for a polygraph. So then you have to do your polygraph. Fail the first one, you have to do it again and again until you pass.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So eventually, man, I got cleared, and it opened up a whole nother world to me. I learned what NSA was. I learned what DIA and all these different national agencies. It just taught me a lot, man. Just seeing supporting the operations and understanding what they were doing and who they
Yeah.
were supporting, and the collaborations with the different countries and coalitions, and understanding that lifestyle. Being in DOD, and
Yeah.
so it just motivated me then to transition. So I transitioned out of logistics into military intelligence.
Wow.
Yeah, so I
And
became. Oh, go ahead.
I was curious, how long were you the armor?
That was my first duty assignment. That's before I got to England.
Yeah.
So I was an armor for probably about a good year and a half.
So you
Yeah.
were doing M16A2s, M4s, like
Yeah.
2
So
45
really at
rounds?
that time, man, I was doing mainly accountability because we spent most of our time in the infantry unit in the sticks, man. So we was out, you know what I mean, doing training, out there
Yeah.
in the back in the back 40, man.
That was
Um,
pre 9/11.
yeah, that was pre 9/11 right there. So we spent most of our time training when 9/11 kicked off, and everybody was gearing up because you knew you was gonna get called at some point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I kind of luckily skirted after that, skirted to England. So I didn't get a chance to deploy
That's
with
crazy.
101st. That was 2003 when they even. No, I left
Yeah.
there in 2002, right before they deployed. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy, but it worked out, man, because it kind of put me on a different trajectory as far
Yeah.
as my military career and how things went. So things just kind of getting under good leadership when I got to ironically, my commander just moved to the area. We've been really good friends, almost brothers ever since we met. He was at 101st.
Wow.
He PCS to England around the same time I did. I didn't know him there. He was in a different battalion, but same unit. So we
Okay.
get there. So that my commander, he was Captain Ali at the time. We became the best of friends, and we have kept in contact from 2002 until today, literally. So right before I
Wow.
retired, he pulled me into AFRICOM, United States Africa Command.
Yeah.
Um, and sorry, Chad, if I'm talking all this military jargon, man, but he
No,
pulled me
cool.
over. He pulled me over to a unit at REF Molesworth. He helped me get my first, military intelligence job. I mean, this guy, you guys are gonna see him live one day. I'm gonna bring him on a live on my YouTube channel and just have a discussion and talk about everything. So I
That'd
feel
be
like
dope.
we've done so much, and this is like my mentor still to this day. He just retired lieutenant colonel. Um, he
Yeah.
pulled me to UCOM, European Command, where I supported NATO, AFRICOM, all those different organizations and their partners and different NATO nations.
Wow.
Then he pulled me over to AFRICOM over in Stuttgart, Germany, and I got to support a different mission doing foreign disclosure and all kind of cool stuff like that. So, um,
Damn.
so what I like to say is basically what Snowden did, but the legal way. I had the documentation that gave me the ability to share with coalition partners.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so that's kind of my military career and how things went.
Damn. And then when you got out of the military, what was the next step for you? And I know
Man,
like you don't have to get too close to like what you're doing now and shit, but I do want to
yeah,
talk about the business a
no, it's
little bit.
cool. I talk about it, man. I be my authentic self in public. You know what I mean? So I literally just retired from the reserves last year. I did my last tour over in Germany. I think it was like August time frame. Yeah, it was right after my GSG hustle collaboration. I went on a tour over in Germany, stayed there for about a good month and a half, and
Mhm.
that was it. I was like, yeah, look, man, I did my time, 21 years. It's time to go.
Yeah.
And I went ahead and dropped my papers while I was there, and that was that. So I'm
Yeah.
still waiting on HRC. I'm still technically in. I'm still waiting on HRC to process my retirement. Every time
Yeah.
I get a letter in the mail from HRC, I'm thinking that's the one. I'm like, but it's not. I
Yeah.
haven't received it yet. I haven't received my official retirement papers yet. So I'm just waiting on that.
The army, it's hurry up and wait,
Yeah, you
right?
know how it is, man.
Yeah,
So
that's I got Army and Air Force in my family, and actually, Angry Sarge is going through it right now too, with
hmm
retirement, and it's they don't make it easy.
right.
Yeah, but yeah, now you have a business that's like almost exclusively like helping people, get their like O 07, O 02 SOTs, FFLs, and
Yes.
all that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, man. So gun and a hookah, that's my gun OG right there. That's my he actually introduced me to what a FFL was. So before I ever received the FFL, it was at the beginning of COVID. COVID kicked off. I got back from Germany in February the 26th or something there. Jumped on the phone with Gun and Hookah. You know who Gun and Hookah is, right?
I know the tag name. I don't
You'll
recall
meet
it.
him. You'll meet him. He's also local. He lives in Maryland. So I'll bring him over. We'll do a range day. We'll
Okay,
bring some
that's
cool
what's up.
toys out. 500 Nitro Express, all that fun stuff. He'll bring some of that stuff
Yeah.
out. So Gun and Hookah, before I told him, I said, Gun and Hookah, he was doing the lives on Facebook,
Hmm.
right? And I'm like, dude, you need to go to YouTube. Like, you have so much knowledge. Come to YouTube with your information. You blow up. He didn't do it, right? So I get back from
Hmm.
Germany. I'm like, man, look, my van pool business in the DMV area is shut down. COVID shut it down. I need something else to do. He was like, how about you become an FFL, man? Like, that'd be dope as hell. Become a licensed gun dealer. He said, I
Yeah.
tried. It's kind of difficult to do. I was like, man, let me figure it out. I did some research, figured out the process, cracked the code, um, actually got my license. He was shocked as hell because this is somebody who's been in the gun industry. I've been watching on Facebook for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
every gun almost known to man, he has already
Hmm.
over 100 guns in his collection. I've been watching this guy. He's my mentor, OG in his gun game. He was like, dude, get your FFL. I finally cracked the code. And when I cracked the code, I figured out why it was so difficult for people to get.
Hmm.
It's a lot of intricacies and nuances that you have to figure out. Um, but I'm pretty good with paperwork, man. Thanks to the military for that, right?
Yeah.
And Angus Sarge, he knows about that. You know what I mean? Just military,
Yeah.
just sending you through all kind of bullshit, in order to do something that should be very simple.
Yeah.
So typical federal government BS, right? So I figured out the process, and when I figured it out, I was like, man, you know what I'm gonna do? You know, I'm gonna help one of my buddies go through it, Hidden Arms, one of my good buddies. So I help him go through it. And as he was going through it, I was documenting the whole process.
Hmm.
And as I was documenting the process, I decided to, crazy idea to build a course. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I was just motivated to do it.
Yeah.
So I kind of just fumbled my way through it. It took about 8 months, a lot of man hours trying to figure out the best way to kind of put the information out there to the public. But I found an excellent platform to use, and everything just kind of panned out. Um,
Yeah.
so I put this course together, ffl-elite.com, and I didn't know what people were going to say, what people were going to think when they went through it. Yeah, it's 100% voice narrated course. I spent the extra 2-3 thousand just to get it voice narrated because it was so
Really?
much information. I knew not everybody was going to take the time and read all this information. So I said the
Yeah.
best way for me to do it, you know what I mean, is to have it voice narrated. And that was the best decision that I ever made because
Mm,
now, you know what I mean, everybody leaves 4 or 5 stars, you know what I mean, in the course
yeah.
because it's just read to them. Every slide is read to you. Is you can't get it better than that.
Damn. Yeah, that's especially for I got this weird thing, even though like I like to consider myself a reader. Like I love reading, love
Mhm.
like even when I was a kid, like when I would get like we were talking about music and shit before we got on. When I
Right.
was a kid, I would get like whatever newest like hip hop CD and I would the first thing I would do, I would take out the booklet and I would open up the lyrics and read it like while I listened to it. Like so whether it's like music or books about business and growth and development or whatever, I like
Right.
reading, but I have this weird thing where I have to read a sentence like 2, sometimes 3 times
Yep.
before I go on to the next one. So, like, I was always the kid in school that was like, still reading the first page and everyone else was on like the second and third one. So, having that little feature would be huge. It'd be super helpful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so yeah, man, that was it, man. Doing that, putting that together, getting people to get when I got feedback on it, it helped me kind of fix a few things. But the feedback was all positive. We to date, we've got FFL SOTs out in California, Minnesota, Connecticut, uh,
Damn.
of course, VA. We got quite a few in VA, Maryland. Yeah, we got people all throughout the country, man, that have been through the course and they've gotten their licenses. And now
Nice.
it's promoting me to, you know, part of the reason why I'm not on kind of taking a back seat off YouTube at the moment because I'm
Mhm.
I'm I'm building a website that's gonna make it so much easier for FFL dealers. Because everybody's asking me, say, okay, Jay, what next? I get my license, what next? And I have that in phase 3, but they still ask that question, what next? So I decided to
Mm.
go ahead and leverage my IT skills and build that what next, what people are asking about. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Make it easier for people to as soon as they get licensed within a week, I want them up and running and operational.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that would be very easy for people having access to the distributors inventory right away. Just being able to, once they get their accounts with the distributors, choose whoever they want. Well, let's go ahead and take them online. And now, I don't want to get into too much detail into the specifics of what I'm building, but it's going to be very dynamic. It's going to be
Yeah,
subscription
I
based.
that so that was actually exactly what I thought of. I
Yeah.
was gonna say
Yeah,
for
it's
one
gonna
of
be it's gonna be hosted in the cloud, you know what I mean? You're gonna have your own site, all the different FFLs. It's gonna be a really, really, really dope website, man.
that's what's up.
For
That's dope. Maybe we can even chat about this offline. But
Mhm.
one of the things, the first thing I thought of when you said that was, how do you maintain a relationship with the FFL the entire time or the majority of the time that they're in
Yeah.
existence, and doing something that would create value the whole time that they're in business.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that would be huge. So yeah, that's what's up. So you've created a business that helps people get their FFLs, that helps people do shit legally if they want to build
Yeah.
NFA items, which is one of the items discussed on the Vice interview, which I'll pull that up and let everyone see it too.
Yeah.
Um, how did that come about?
The Vice interview?
Yeah.
Keegan Hamilton, man. He's the correspondent, the Vice
Hmm.
the correspondent that you saw me talking to there. He reached out to me on my DM. I didn't know who he was. I did some research and I found out he was the same I guess you can say Vice News reporter that did the P80,
Yep.
the 3D printed
Yeah, with Rob
docuseries.
Pincus.
Yeah, so he was the sorry?
He did the 3D printed one with Rob Pincus.
Yeah, correct. So he
Yeah.
was the same reporter. So he reached out to me. We jumped on the phone immediately, the same within 30 minutes of him reaching out. And I was nervous, man, to be honest with you. I had one request of him. I said, look, man, if you're gonna do a fair and balanced interview,
Mhm.
docuseries, I'll be a part of it. I don't mind. But if you're out to do a hit piece, or if you're
Mhm.
out to have very laned a leaned mindset towards it, I don't want to be a part of it because I don't, I
Yeah.
have a lot on my back. I have the Black 2A community on our back, which is we're very fresh and new to this, 2A community. Let's be honest here.
Mm-hmm.
Within the last 60 years, whatever.
Yeah.
We have the 2A community as a whole to represent, and I don't want to go out and become the enemy of the 2A community. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I had a lot riding on me. So I was nervous as hell the whole time. Just wanted to make sure that my words come out. I'm clear. I'm saying exactly what needs to be said. Mainstream media gets to see a different perspective from not only a gun owner, but a gun dealer perspective. So,
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot riding on me to not make an ass of myself and of the community because we've
Yeah.
worked hard to try to, especially when you're talking about a very sensitive topic like machine guns.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, that even so firearms are polarizing as it is, right? And then you cut the world in half at that point. And then when you after cutting the world in half, when you're discussing machine guns versus just traditional firearms, then you cut the community in half because there are a lot of people that are like, well, no, like normal people just should not have machine guns. They shouldn't exist. And then you have so it's kind of machine guns specifically are even more polarizing. And I personally think that everyone should have access to anything that they want, right? But
right.
we also got to acknowledge the world that we live in. Um, did you catch any flack for it? Did people like hit you up, say anything negative at all, or have you pretty much heard good stuff?
Yeah, I haven't been in the comments of the actual video because those, some of those people, I mean, they're not really in the community and they
Yeah, yeah.
probably they have no clue. So I
Mm,
wasn't going to go back and forth debating with those guys, but as far as the people within the
yeah.
community, I've heard nothing but positivity. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Say, hey, and big shout out to I didn't mention this earlier when we were talking about the range, but big shout out to challengetargets.com. So if you guys need any steel, challengetargets.com, very high quality commercial steel targets, very well put together. Shootsteel.com, hammertargets.com. These are all the people that supported
Yeah.
me putting a range together. But Brad from challengetargets.com, he's the owner of the company. He reached out to me and said, man, you represented the 2A community very well.
Oh
Um,
yeah. That's
so he,
awesome.
he was, yeah, that's the first person who reached out. So of course that's kind of sticks in my mind. Then a lot of the other, people within the 2A community started reaching out after that.
Nice. And speaking of supporting the 2A community, guys, for everybody in the chat, Dirt just dropped the PSA link. So right now, and I think it's only going until midnight, so like uh, less than 2 hours, Palmetto State Armory has a dagger slide that is. They have flat dark earth, OD green, black, maybe sniper gray, but they got a few different colors. It's a complete Glock 19 slide, the dagger slide, complete with upper parts kit, with suppressor height sights, with Cerakote, whatever, all that stuff. Just no barrel for 129. So literally, as long as you got, one of oh, I had a barrel, I think it fell. As as long as you got one of these, you can have a complete upper for $129. They were on sale before, like when No Shade, when P80 Ralph bought it, it was like 179, and I was like, dang, 179, that's crazy. And then I saw the St. Patrick's Day deal for 119. And I
Mm.
was like, man, that's crazy. And then it was gone like that. I was like, it's never going to come back. Then it comes back a week later, only $10 more. So I'm probably going to grab a frame or a slide in flat dark earth or something like that, because 129, like, man, getting a stripped slide for like $200 is a decent price. So it also fits the 23 frame as well. Yeah, just make sure you're matching your ejectors and your barrel.
You see
Make sure
that comment Jeff made right there?
yeah, make sure you know what you're doing. Um, Yeah, that's oh yeah, hell yeah. Hold on, where did I miss Farmer James? What's up, brother? Mark Martin, good to see you, man. Oh, and the JSD JSD to go along with that dagger. That's what's up. Thanks, Dirt. Appreciate you, brother. Um, yeah, so if you want, we could throw it on and watch it. Or you wanna walk it in? And you have anything to say before I started, or
uh Where are you gonna start it at? Is it at the beginning, or are you
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
get
just
certain
pull it
parts?
right into the beginning because it's not super long. Yeah, 9 minutes. We could just let the whole thing run.
Okay, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, if you're cool with it.
Yeah. So, is there anybody in here in the chat? So, let's talk to the chat for a minute. Have you guys not seen the docuseries with
Yeah,
Vice?
I did share, and while we're on the topic, here is Jay the Shooter's YouTube page. So click that link and make sure you go subscribe. Click the notification bell. Also, click all notifications. But what I would also ask of you guys is when we have a guest on here, let's make him feel the love. Go to his Instagram, follow him on Instagram, go to his most recent 10 pictures, and boom, 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 do a like bomb on, at least 10 pictures.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you guys for doing that.
So, Man Against the Masses has not seen it. Too Many Choices has not seen it.
Okay.
Invader Zip has not seen it. Key ASC has not seen it.
Oh, that's good. We got enough that haven't.
Um,
So,
yeah,
yeah, let it ride. Let's
let's
go.
do it. Hell yeah. All right, cool. So I got it right here, and I'll just let the whole
Right.
thing run.
Hey, so before we ride, man, I will tell you guys, Vice is very thorough.
Mhm,
Very thorough, man. We met at my office in Fairfax, Virginia. So I'm an FFL. I have an office. I don't do it from home. I don't
mhm.
have a storefront, so I have an office. So that is a thing. So we met about 8 o'clock that morning. They set up the office. It took them 2 hours, 2 hours to set up the conference room in which we recorded. You're gonna see at the back of the interview. Um,
There.
we we did a whole shooting scene that took about half a day. And I'm telling you, man, they only took certain parts out of it. It was so many. We shot the full auto Desert Eagle, many different full auto ARs, 50 Beowulf full auto, shot a lot of stuff. None of that stuff is inside the video. So I
Oh,
was like, fuck, you guys left all the cool shooting parts out of the video. Um, but they did keep, a couple of parts in there. So you guys are gonna see that. But let's
I
go ahead.
so I kind of think there
Mhm.
was a reason for that.
Yeah.
Though, so I have a few thoughts on the Vice documentary, and I
Mhm.
knew, when you told me that this was coming out, I knew that it was highly likely that. Thank you, Mark Martin. Appreciate you some. So Mike McClune sub to you,
Hey,
Mark
thank you,
Martin
sir.
sub to you,
Thank you.
all you guys. Thank you guys. Um, it's clear that Vice has changed over the years, right? And
Mhm.
they I wouldn't say that they're like a like leftist extremist organization. It honestly depends on the writer, and the dude that came out to you seems to be. I swear, like one day he's going to come over to the dark side with us because he's getting way more and more familiar with
Oh, he enjoyed
firearms.
himself. He enjoyed himself. Now,
Yeah.
so what you guys didn't see, and I'll show you, DLD. I'll show you Dark. The producer that
Hmm.
was in charge of putting all this together from California.
Hmm.
They're all from California. Everybody came out, even the Trace investigative reporter.
Yeah.
Um, I forgot his name. Damn, what is his name? Anyway, he also came from California. These guys, their only shooter that came with them was the investigative reporter. That
Wow.
was it. So the producer never shot a gun in her life. We had her shooting my Gucci Glock that you guys seen, that you'll see on my Instagram. She
Yeah.
shot the Gucci Glock with the silencer on there. Loved it.
Nice.
Absolutely loved it. She shot the full auto AK. Loved it. She was scared as shit, but she loved it, and I got it all on video.
Nice.
I asked her to let me post it. She doesn't want her face out there. She want to stay behind the scenes, but I got it. So I can't post it unfortunately, but
It's
unless
all
I
good.
kind of blur out her face. But
Yeah, yeah.
the producer actually shot it. So underscore Jay the shooter.
Underscore.
That's
That's where I was
yeah.
trying to find you. Underscore J the shooter. There we go. So I'll actually share this real quick, and then we'll jump on. So this one, let me move that Vice interview or documentary rather. All right, so this is his Instagram. It is underscore J the shooter, and there you go. You got 27,000 followers here. Then you got over a quarter million on, or about a quarter million on YouTube. Man, you killing it. And I want to show some of these videos too, but
Yeah,
I
please do,
know,
man. Please do.
I
Yeah, I got my
know,
wife out there getting busy, man. My wife, Vimy the shooter. So
yeah, I see
I'm
that,
Jay the
man.
shooter. She's Vimy the shooter. She gets busy, man.
Yeah, she was
She gets
running the
busy.
course. She was doing great, man.
Yeah,
I
but you got her
do.
in training, man.
The great thing here is that people may not know that you're known for the full auto Desert Eagle, and Wilkes is probably one of the
Yeah.
most creative person when it comes to doing um, conversion.
Custom conversions.
Yeah,
Now let me go ahead and do this, man. Let me say this, man. Mr. Wilk is the man. This guy is building parts that doesn't exist. There's no prototype out there for him to kind of pull from. It's out of his head. I mean, he
yeah,
takes there's time he's one of those guys that's such a technical thinker. It's hard to get him on the phone because when he's in a zone, he doesn't want
hmm,
to talk, no small chat, no nothing. He's focused. That's how focused he is when he has a project in front of him.
yeah,
So that video right there of his
hmm,
arm sticking out,
yeah.
click that. That's a full auto FN57.
That's what I wanted to show.
Right. I don't know
So
if you can do the
he
audio.
teased this really quickly when
Yeah.
we went on. So Mr. Wilt came on the John Crump live show, and he teased us with this, and he was like, "Hey, the next thing we're doing is an FN57," and I was like, "Well, that's a striker fire. Like, how are you going to do that?" And he was like, "Well, I'm going to fabricate a part to trip the sear," and like we kind of got in the conversation. I was like, "Man, this dude, he knows what's up." So, guys, this is a full auto FN57. Here you go. You're welcome. Oh, my bad.
You gotta
If
you gotta
someone
show
were to
that.
break into
Yeah.
your house right now, what weapons do you have within reach? If someone were
Purifier. And
Yeah.
you and one other dude that happens to be the godfather of my daughter have a very, very unique firearm. The
Yeah.
torch oxidized, the torch chameleon kind of
Right.
thing.
Vulcan ceramic.
Vulcan
I'm like
ceramic.
Beethoven with the bass on it. Me and class kids on top. Death till the hater won't stop.
That thing is fire.
I'm like Beethoven with the bass on it. Me and class kids on top. Death till the
So what you guys may not know here, let me see. I want to get this one has a good look on it.
Yeah.
So if you guys saw the
12, baby. 12. Had to do them dirty a little
yeah,
bit.
look at that rainbowish
I try to
color.
see people on
If you guys saw the Volt video, that
That's what I do.
is
I pop out.
done with it.
Full
Nice.
12, baby.
Yeah, so one of my friends has the same color, and there is one dude in the state of Virginia that is torched 2 guns to have that finish, and the only 2 that exist are one that is in his hands and one that is in my boy's hands. Like that is so unique. You gotta love that.
That is crazy.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
he's now your buddy had it first. Let's be clear. I gotta give him his credit. So however he came up with that idea.
So funny thing is he
Yeah.
kind of didn't.
Oh,
So
he
he
did?
was like, so I talked to Bob the Builder like on the
Okay.
regular, and
Yeah.
he calls me when he's got like crazy stuff. He's like, yo man, I wanna take an AR and an AK, and I wanna make them a hybrid. And I was
Mm.
like, we were in a conversation, and he was like, well, your boy has
All right, check you later, Mark Martin, man. Thank you for coming through. We'll definitely let's link. Let's figure something
yeah.
out.
Mark Martin with the super chat. Thank you, brother. I don't have a video queued up for the super chat, but I appreciate you, man. Good night, brothers. Nice to meet you, Jay. See you on your channel. Hell yeah, man. Thank you, Mark Martin. Appreciate you,
Indeed.
brother.
Thanks, sir.
He was like, so I got this custom AK that I'm working on with one of my friends, and he was like, what do you think would like blow his mind? And I was like, honestly, the one thing I've always loved to see is a color case hardened AK. And he was like, well, that's the steel is all too different and unpredictable, and this and that, and there's different steel from different kits that are different. And I was thinking of doing it in the more traditional way. He actually went back and literally with a torch did the whole thing, and then they clear coated it, and he didn't like the results. So you know what they did? They literally scratched the whole thing and then did
Wow.
it all over again. Like it's crazy. And I actually got some pictures here. Let's see. Let's see where it's at. Sorry, chat. I know I'm not trying to ignore y'all, man.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So I blacked out the logo of the company that did it, but
Oh, that's hard, man.
Yes,
It's hard to
got
pick.
the SRO, got the SLR furniture with the cherry bomb muzzle brake,
Ooh.
and he's got 2 magazines like that. And Joe Morris, you'll appreciate the other magazine he has is a 20-round tanker mag, which is
Right.
dope magazine. Love those. So let's run the Vice documentary.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. So one of the things I was saying is you had mentioned like they didn't, run the footage of like all the other stuff that you guys had done.
Correct.
It kind of seems, even though like I wouldn't say that they are like extreme anti, or maybe they're not trying to come off as extreme anti firearm, Second Amendment, or whatever you would want to call it, but I think what they did want to do is they wanted to inject a little bit of fear, because they wanted to showcase, look at this little part, this little piece of metal can change something to a machine gun like that, because they hyper focused on the Glock switch, and then when they were with the ATF officers, they hyper focused on the drop-in auto series for ARs.
Correct.
I don't know if it's like part of the agenda. I don't necessarily think, Vice is like as like I don't know, like the well has been poisoned with the mainstream media at a level that's like.
Well, yeah, they had a lot of accountability, and like, damn, I gotta get this dude's name. Give me 1 second here. I gotta get this, this reporter. He was the guy that really made things happen. Alon Stevens. Alon Stevens was the investigative reporter you guys are gonna see inside the docuseries here. But he was there. He's the firearms guy. He loves firearms. So there was literally, he was on our side. So a lot of the influence in this docuseries came from him. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, it definitely does not seem like they've done a lot of other parts, especially from or a lot of other pieces, especially from other reporters that are very anti. And I don't want to cast a dark cloud over this at all. I don't think it was like that at all. It just the first thing I think of when I think of Vice doing a documentary on machine guns, I was like, oh shit, man. Hopefully they're not, like you said, like I don't want it to be a hit piece. I don't want it to be like that kind of thing. But I think it turned out well. The end is near. Beware. What's up, brother? Good to see you. And yeah, let's just run it. Let's see what y'all think too. I will have to mute just so it doesn't echo back. But
okay,
here we go. And for any YouTube moderator watching, and for any person in Vice that may get this notification, we're doing this as we're going to be discussing the documentary. This is Freedom of Information. No, the what's it called? Somebody help me out. I'm forgetting the term where you're allowed to like discuss other shit that's free. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to go ahead and run it. Hey.
All right. So this right here is what we're here for today. This is your smallest machine gun.
This is the size of like a thumbtack, more or less, like a big thumbtack. And this is a machine gun.
It is indeed. Let's get some ears on.
Who's this?
Jay Jenkins is a U.S. military veteran who got into the gun business after leaving the service. He helps educate people about federal firearms licenses, including a special type required to have this, a tiny device called an autosear. It can transform an ordinary Glock pistol into a machine gun.
All right, so we got the Glock 17.
This is regular semi-automatic Glock.
Absolutely. We have a 50-round drum. We're not going to shoot all 50. We're ready to go.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the switch on. You want to know how long it takes for me to actually put it on?
So converting this regular semi-automatic Glock into a fully automatic machine gun Glock by slipping in these parts. So that was like 90 seconds and you made a machine gun.
Let's see how she shoots.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we're out.
How many bullets was that?
We shot about 10 before, so that was probably about 40 rounds.
Like that.
Like that. Gone. Done.
Okay.
Hey, respect for the dude shooting it, man.
Just seeing like what this thing is capable of just now, like the idea of someone wielding that against another person is absolutely terrifying.
In the wrong hands is bad.
The license that Jenkins and others need to own autosears requires an extensive
Hey, so what I'll say right there.
for $1,000. But not everyone is willing to go through all that.
So whenever he tried to inject something that was going to be like why would you need something like that? You know what I mean? So that's what he was inferring. I would always come back right after that with, yeah, you're right, in the wrong hands, in the unlicensed hands. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I kind of injected that in there so I wouldn't just be seen letting them have their way with the doc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
think that anybody that is intent on doing harm with anything, legal, illegal, full auto, semi-auto, single shot, I think, a lot of people that would be considered the opposition to the freedom community don't understand that you can't legislate your way away from crime.
Absolutely.
Nothing that you can do that is going to stop people that by definition are going to commit crime. So whether it is legal to get a Glock or a switch, or a Glock with a switch, or a drop-in autosear for an AR or MP5 or whatever it is. So I definitely understand that. What's up, Montana? I definitely understand that logic, and I think that was good on you to know that it's something that could cast a negative light.
Right.
Yeah.
Block switches, as these autosears are called on the street, are turning up in all types of crimes.
Well, that is gunfire from what appears to be an automatic weapon.
In everything from deadly shootings,
shooters with automatic weapons opening fire,
to use by anti-government extremists.
Court records allege Watson sold to people associated with the Boogaloo movement.
The agent pulled up next to Chen and through his car window bought something called a Glock autosear.
An investigation by Vice News and the nonprofit newsroom The Trace found that autosears have become alarmingly common.
So as you can see, we have, drug trafficking, we have extremism, we have actual shootings on here.
Alon Stevens and his team created the first national database of federal prosecutions involving autosears. They identified more than 260 cases since 2017.
Sorry, real quick. So they're actually documenting all the different categories of crimes that autosears or are these specifically just for Glock autosears or just any autosears?
Any machine gun.
Okay, so like human trafficking, drug dealing, arms trafficking, or whatever. Like,
yeah. Hey, so by the way, I just, you brought up human trafficking, man. I'm a big supporter of the organization, Anti-Human Trafficking International. I just had a meeting with Bill, the founder of ATI yesterday, actually. In Fairfax, Virginia. We sat down and had a meeting, so we're maybe doing some stuff here coming very soon. I can't speak on the specifics because they haven't been unveiled yet, but I did have a meeting with the founder of ATI.
Yeah, something crazy like 56 is it 56 like minors an hour or something like that are sold in human trafficking or something crazy like that?
Yeah, man, he got some crazy stories. Matter of fact, I'll make sure. I mean, you're local, so I'll make sure I link you in with Bill. Real good guy, man. Real good guy.
Yeah.
It's gonna come. You know, we'll talk offline about some of the stuff they're working on because I want to make sure that that comes through. I don't want to speak too preemptively and something doesn't happen from it.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some opportunities for us to get involved and help, promote and support some Pro 2A elements or actions that's going to come real soon.
Oh yeah, I'm down. All right, cool. I'll press play. All right.
Let's go.
Which most commonly involve drug trafficking and weapons trafficking. Also on the rise were cases involving homemade firearms, gangs and cartels, and extremism. The number of devices recovered in federal cases went from 12 in 2017 to 203 last year.
Where do we think these auto-sears are coming from?
When I talk to law enforcement sources, they're saying that, the first wave they believe came from China. But we're also seeing a lot of homemade ones, people just machine shopping these and installing these at home because, again, they're a very simple mechanism once you understand how they function and work. And you can also 3D print them as well, and we've seen that.
Now, what are your
Normally,
thoughts
when a
about
Glock
that?
pistol fires, this
What are your thoughts about that? You can also 3D print them. I mean, he's right. You got to throw that in there. It can
Yeah,
be.
no, I mean, he's definitely correct. I do think I agree. So there's a couple things. I agree with what they're saying that like hang on, so because there's a little bit more to dig into on this, and then we'll go back into it. So
Right.
yes, I'll agree that like the first wave of specifically Glock switches that came over were Chinese Glock switches that actually weren't to spec, and they made them specifically not to spec, so they wouldn't just go
Yeah.
right in there. You'd actually have to do some fit and finish work and then slide them in there, and I think they did that because of the whole readily convertible thing, but we all know now that the ATF has said that readily convertible means 8 hours in a machine shop, which is, that's intense. So I think that, yes, we can identify that like homemade firearms have become, you know, I guess a little bit easier for people to make with the enhancement of, the P80s, the kits that have become available, like home building has become more popular because it is more simple, right? You don't have to punch rivets in a garage with expensive machinery. You could get a Dremel and build a Glock. And then when you kind of introduce like that type of like, homemade firearm lifestyle, and there are people that are willing to break the law, that are doing, less than wholesome shit, they're also going to find a way to machine things or even 3D print things that are illegal. And I would actually be curious to see, like, out of that report that they run, how many were like machined aluminum and how many were like 3D printed. But with that aside,
Correct.
going back to like post May of '86, machine guns being on the street was not it's not like a new thing,
Correct.
And I
Correct.
feel like them showing like numbers of 2017 to today is a little misleading, because if you looked at numbers of like 1987 versus today, we'd probably down tremendously, because in 1987 it was only a year after the Hughes Amendment, and machine guns were everywhere for under $100. So
Correct.
I think
Yeah.
it's
So I figured they were talking about the new trendy influx that's being brought about by the music. We gotta factor that in there, right?
yeah, that's a lot too. I'm not really hip to all the new stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. Like everybody's talking about Glocks with switches, and
Yeah,
you know,
drill rap. I mean, you gotta be honest. They're really promoting it, so now everybody's making it cool to have a switch.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
So
they are showing up. And I don't know if this is something that no. So Kimball, so they do have 3D printed Glock switches. They're out there, and you could do a search on it, and you could see You can see videos of them running. They do run, but just like anything else, 3D printed, depending on what it is, depending on the material it's printed with, depending on the temperature and the settings it's printed with, the amount of rounds it's going to withstand is going to be limited.
Right.
And then also, of course, those other things like where the items like annealed, or you have layer, you know what I'm saying? There are a lot of other issues there, but I mean, you think about it, and you could print a whole bed of Glock switches in a matter of hours, and then you run one, few hundred rounds later, they burn out, take it out, throw it, and you just put in another one. But even those files from like people that I've spoken with about this, those are not just take out and then put them right in. You still have to do the same types of fitting and finishing for all types of those drop-in auto sears. And I think these people are doing it because they think they're protecting themselves from like, oh, but it's not a drop-in auto sear because you have to do fit and finish work on. Like, no, it doesn't work like that, man. That is still a machine gun,
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it.
All right.
Trigger bar deploys for a split second to ensure the trigger. When the auto sear is installed, a metal nail or arm overrides the trigger bar mechanism, allowing the gun to fire over and over with a single squeeze of the trigger. Glock doesn't make the devices, and the company didn't respond to a request for comment.
If I wanted to buy a Glock switch right now, how easy would it be?
If you know what you're looking for, they're very easy to find.
So this is a little video that someone's posted on Instagram, and they're using like Glock hashtags. And in the comments, I can see that people are saying,
yeah, see this guy here says, inbox me with your Cash App or PayPal, right? And, these are highly regulated items, right? They're out here to get some hardcore weaponry.
I'm going to guess that
The
something
federal
like
law
that is
enforcement
like an
agency
ATF
going after
thing,
illegal Glock switches and dealers is the ATF.
the sheer variety is really amazing.
Yeah, get a little bit of everything.
Beyond Glock switches, agents in Dallas have also been finding more drop-in auto sears that convert assault rifles into machine guns.
This is from a seizure in Oklahoma, approximately 600 drop-in auto sears for the AR-15 platform firearm.
So we're looking at a literal
600
tray full of machine guns.
600 machine guns.
That's insane.
Yep.
So this is one thing that was important to note, is that for people that have been around conversions, lawful conversions, right? Like I said, I used to work for an 0702, and we would do conversions, be able to inspect machine guns all the time. I don't want people to get confused. This is not just a drop-in auto sear, right? A DS is different than an actual auto sear that takes a third pin, that takes an M16 bolt carrier group, that takes an M16 fire control group, that takes an M16 cut relief on the upper. It's more to it than that. And I kind of feel like look, I'm nitpicking, all right, but I kind of feel like they're making this look a little bit more different because they kind of set the precedence with like, look at how easy this piece of metal goes into this Glock. Wow. And then look at these 600 machine guns. Well, yes, they're auto sears, but I could go lawfully purchase an auto sear on Brownells right now for $23,
Facts. I've done so.
Yeah, now that's not to take away from the fact that these 600 auto sears they are still auto sears, right? So it depends. Like if these were next to a bunch of like lowers and a drill and a drill bit, and like that's constructive intent, as we know from the ATF and the shit that we've talked about in the past. So I mean, we're not getting all the information here that the drop-in auto sear needs all M16 parts to operate. That's not necessarily true. It depends which drop-in auto sear you're referring to. There are some that only need a bolt carrier group with a full auto cut, like a sear trip on the bolt carrier group. There's some that need a an SP1. Well, so like this for an example, right? The Lightning Link needs an SP1 cut bulk carrier group to operate. What's up, UAV? So it's just something that I was considering, but I
Indeed.
just want to bring that up. I'll let it ride now. I'll
Hey,
shut up.
so the goddamn bacon, great point up there that you made. So now machine guns are scarier than assault rifles. You're right. So we gotta watch this this choice wording and how it catches fire and different political ambition. You know what I'm saying? Ambitious uses. We'll see how that pans out.
That's very true, and that's kind of that's interesting that so Jeff Cron said ghost machine assault rifles, right? When they are able to inject fear within a the general public, and then the general public now gets terms like ghost gun thrown on their lap all the time, and then they're like, it's bad, it's scary, it's unserialized, it's untraceable, they're only turning up in murders, and it's just not the case. But I don't want to blur the lines on homemade firearms and machine guns, right? Because so that's not my.
Hey, but I will make this point. I don't know if you guys were on Instagram and you saw the video of the Ukrainians civilians driving their way through a web of anti-tank mines. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Man, look. So when you try to disarm a populace, this is a civilian vehicle. It's probably terrible to view there, but they are driving their way through. Those are anti-tank mines right there. So that's for a reason. We need our Second Amendment because we don't want to be invaded and have to pick up arms too late, like the Ukrainians are currently doing.
Yeah, I mean, they were having to accept government purchased AKs, and from one of the, you never know what's true, what's propaganda, what's whatever. But I mean, they basically, there was a report from a Ukrainian soldier that was almost written like a letter home kind of thing, and to his family in Poland. And he was basically like, yo, like 60% of firearm owners do not have ammunition. So they're just like decoration.
Yeah.
Had a trailer too. Yeah, maybe the trailer was there to keep like a secondary blast away. I don't know. That's
right.
Or maybe he was just super reckless and brought the trailer because that's lots of shrapnel. All right, I'm gonna let it run.
All right.
There's a lot of folks in federal law enforcement, local, that have never seen this before. So they're searching cars, they're searching homes. Someone might have this in a tool chest, or, in a drawer in their nightstand. Until you figure out what you're looking for, you don't know what you have on your hands.
Are there guns in there?
Police are already being caught off guard.
Yeah, this is that.
Last year in Houston, a fugitive opened fire on officers coming to arrest him.
Dion, it's Houston Police. Let's do this thing.
There's a lot to unpack with that situation too.
They're just spraying bullets at at a target, and it's extremely dangerous.
How common did it used to be to encounter machine guns for ATF agents a few years ago versus today?
It was pretty rare that you would find a legitimate machine gun. We're seeing them recovered all the time. Just one of the most scary things that we've dealt with since I've been an ATF agent. They're everywhere on the street right now.
I'm Mike, and I sell switches.
How did you get into the world of selling switches?
It was old footage a while back.
What up? Oh, I'm sorry, you're muted.
All right, so this is a situation here. Mike, the guy that you guys just saw, he reached out to me in my DM some time back. He actually tried to sell me a switch, and I'm asking myself, like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I do this legally, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, for whatever reason, we connected, talked him off the fence. Now he's legal. He's legitimate. Well, he doesn't sell switches anymore. I'll say that. And so what I will say, you know, we've had extensive conversations, got to know him a little bit, and I'm glad that he's actually out of the lifestyle. You know what I mean? He's out of this lifestyle that you're going to hear him talk about. So this is a success story.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. That's and it's an interesting story because the first thing that and actually a couple of people asked, is this legitimate?
Why would they have him arrested, BV Luminous? For one, he was under my care. I brought him in. He was masked up from the time he entered the premise and he left. I thought it was, you know, he was there because I asked him to be there. He drove 12 hours to get here in Virginia to do this. This is a story that I thought needed to be told.
Also, this is not the first time Vice covered something illegal, and you know, and they're not the first, but like there's footage of news reporters sitting down with actual cannibals, and you know what I mean. So it's not anything new for you know, and plus, BV Luminous, I thought you were a freedom absolutist, huh? I'm just playing. I'm poking fun.
Yeah, like I said, man, it's not my job to judge, but it was my job to get the story out there. I needed him to tell this story for the people because we have so many people that are doing this because obviously they may need the money, but just lack of mentorship and I'm glad to have an opportunity to mentor this guy and try to keep him on the straight and narrow, and from there. So I mean, I'm just giving you a little bit of background. Take it or leave it. All right, go ahead. Let's press this.
We was experiment with a gun, and some people have recorded the videos, and it started a trend.
How many switches do you estimate you've sold over the years?
Oh, a few thousand.
A few thousand?
Yeah. The switches is on the market like PS5s, and you can spend the same amount and get you a switch and will not have to worry about nothing. It's almost every other day. You got people shooting at police with switches. They're very high demand. So it's like, if you don't have one, we butt naked.
Mike told us that he recently decided to quit selling switches after someone close to him was shot with one.
He was actually one of my runners, and he got killed by one. It was my God awakening signs where if you keep doing this, then the same thing can happen to you.
How do you feel knowing that those are out there on the streets and could be used for who knows what?
That's the scary part of it. This is pretty much then got out of hand.
Do you worry that this is creating like an arms race sort of situation on the street where, you know, one guy sees that another has this and therefore I got to get it or otherwise I'm going to be outgunned?
Yeah, I do. I absolutely do. They want the most powerful and fastest shooting gun in town. We can keep shutting the manufacturers down and going after who's making these things, but the genie's out and it's only going to get worse. This is a game changer. Down.
No, you can keep going there.
We can keep shutting the manufacturers down and going after who's making these things.
Yeah, I just wanted a closer look at that 19X.
And it's only going to get worse.
Switch on
this is a
it
game changer.
or what. Now, it is common, though, for...
What's up, guys? It's Jay the Shooter. Welcome back to another video.
Jay Jenkins is known on YouTube as Jay the Shooter.
Desert Eagle 5080.
Ooh. His online followers constantly reach out to him about Glock switches. Man, you got fans.
You see this? This is crazy, right? It goes forever. How can I get one? Right. You have to get your license first, man. Click the link. There you go. I get a lot of people assuming that my machine guns are illegal. So now that they comment below my video, and it gives me the opportunity to actually educate them. Come do it the right way and don't put yourself up against 10 years in federal prison just because you want to have a little fun.
How often do you get people who come and say, I want to get this license just so I can have and shoot a machine gun?
They're always asking that very question. Hey, how do I turn my gun into a switch? If your sole purpose is to own a machine gun, then I don't want your business. the way I view educating individuals to become a licensed gun dealer is we are placing legal, accountable individuals in these communities so that they can educate, the community and possibly curb some of the violence that's taking place.
Does it scare you knowing that there are switches on the streets, that these are in the hands of people who have no training, have no license?
It is scary. I wouldn't want my family members or someone to come in contact with someone who illegally possessed a firearm. You're not seeing licensed individuals with these machine guns causing havoc in the streets. It is the illegal individuals with them.
Where do you see this going in the next few years?
You can have the criminals continue to cast a negative perception of these switches, of the machine guns, and the federal agencies can throw more legislation and policies down our throat, but it's not going to affect the criminals.
Ain't that the truth? That's exactly what we were saying. You can't legislate your way away from crime.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually surprised they left that in there. In the other docu series he did with the 3D printed guns, he was making some jabs in there, constant jabs.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that he let it end on a very balanced note while injecting and putting his point on it last. So it just kind of caught me off guard that he was very yeah, exactly. BV Luminous. They didn't edit that out. I was like, wow, they left a very powerful message in there.
Yeah.
That was very pro 2A.
Well, and honestly, depending on the perspective of like the editors and all that, they may not even have understood what kind of things that you were saying, because they may think, oh, he's saying something that's pro regulation, so let's put that in there. But what you're saying is kind of a different message, crafted in a way that where they don't see it as something that may be against their agenda. If we are talking about, like, because I saw some people saying like, look, this is just the threshold of them walking into the ability to say all semi-autos should be banned because they can be converted into full autos, or this is all sorts of stuff. So, I'll let you guys, come to your own conclusions on that. I think it was well done. I think you handled yourself well, and spoke up on something that I personally think that every single person should be able to own a machine gun. I think that freedom is dangerous, and as long as a law-abiding, as long as a good person, morally sane person, whatever, has the ability to, build machine guns, own machine guns, whatever, destructive devices, whatever. That individual, it levels the playing field, right? So bad guys are going to get bad guy shit no matter what. So
right
now, the world that we live in is that bad guys get bad guy shit right now, and people that are, in our community, in the pro freedom world, we're probably the most law abiding group that exists for the most part. And we're not going to be, making switches and shit like that. I don't know. It's interesting. It's I find myself a little conflicted, only because I have this like ultimate fear of like, shit, what's their plan? What am I missing? Someone's going to use this against us.
Yeah.
But
well,
I think
I look at this as an opportunity, man, for really everybody to come together, surrounding this 2A, because this is, I got a feeling it's going to be a really big fight here during the next election. I think it's going to be a very big, agenda topic. Just point that politicians are gonna really try to hamper on, man, to try to get some laws changed, stand on their mantle to say this is what I stand for, and they're gonna draw their lines. And when they draw those lines, I think some of the groundwork that's being done right now is going to be the determining factor. And so we got to come together as a 2A community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All sides of the 2A community. I think the more we come together right now, it's going to make it easier for us to be able to, defend our rights, our 2A rights in
Yeah.
the future.
I totally agree, and we shouldn't let anything divide us. And right now, I mean, you see it all the time. Even something as simple as like AK guys and AR guys are divided. 1911 guys and Glock guys and SIG guys and all that stuff. It's kind of crazy. But in the end, if there is a goal to divide us, to weaken us, then we're falling right into the trap. And it is natural for us to believe the right and the left thing, the red and the blue thing, and not see people as your brother and your sister. Like, we need to take care of each other, contribute to each other. I don't know. I'm hopeful for the future, and I'm also preparing for the future. And I hope everybody out there is doing the same thing. And I agree that anybody and everybody should be able to do whatever they want, license or not. But again, acknowledging the world that we live in is different, right? I would love to throw stocks on my AR pistols without submitting a tax stamp. And someone else mentioned paying or taxing a God-given right is criminal, and I agree with that. And I'm not willing right now, at least, to be the test case of flexing with the stock on my 10.3 inch. So like, I think that like you said, kind of everyone coming together. The way I see it is, in the past, historically at least, the thing that helped us defeat bogus legislation was mass noncompliance.
Right.
And the one guy that is like, I'm going to drill the third hole, like, screw this, I'm about freedom. Or the one guy that's like, I'm going to throw a stock on my AR or whatever, that's like a sub 16-inch barrel. Like, I get that, and I understand it. And you individually may not make the impact that you want to. Now, if every single person chose the path of noncompliance at the same time, like prohibition, for an example, they couldn't handle it. It's something that they can't handle. So peaceful.
Look, man, what I say is God works in mysterious ways. You know what I mean? Look at what the world's going through right now with Russia and Ukraine. If this isn't evidence that we need our Second Amendment right, I don't know what else is. So I don't know, what these politicians are really thinking, trying to oppose, you know what I'm saying, and diminish our rights, when look at the very foe that you can't tame. They can't tame. They can try to tame Putin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But look. I mean, what has NATO done thus far? They can't even implement a no-fly zone over Ukraine right now. So because they think that he's gonna threaten the pushing of that button. You see what I'm saying? So look, man, that's more evidence why we need our Second Amendment, why we gotta stick together, we gotta stay training. You know what I mean? We gotta build ranges, we gotta get out there and exercise and use our gear. You know what I mean?
Get land.
Absolutely. Hey, put my man's question on the screen real quick. My guy right here, Corn Pop's Revenge. He asked a question. Corn Pop's Revenge.
There you go.
Yeah. So what I tell people is, within 60 days of applying for your FFL, submitting your Form 7 application, all ducks aligned, and if you follow my course guidelines, you will have your FFL within 60 days. Okay. It takes about 30 days for the ATF to actually take your money. When you see them take your money out of your account, roughly they're going to contact you within the next 30 days. And if you follow my guidance in my course, ffl-elite.com, what they're going to do there is they're going to reach out to you once they take your money and process your application and say, hey, we want to schedule an interview with you. We need these documents. They're going to tell you exactly what they need. And as long as you follow my instructions, you already preemptively gotten all the documents. So when they reach out to you, you say, here you go. I got it all.
Nice.
And then they're going to say, oh, this is great. They may ask you a few questions just to, check everything. They may reach out to the owner of the property, or reach out to zoning and do their validation. But what they're going to do is schedule you an interview at that very moment, because we've already preemptively, prepared you for that situation. And once you have your interview, within 2 weeks, you're going to have your FFL license in the mail. Now, you asked me about the 0702. Now, within 30 days, what I train people to do, as soon as you get your license, you apply right away. You spend that $500 and you do your SOT application. And within 30 days of filing that application, you're going to have your SOT license.
Nice.
So that's the training that I educate people to do, and it's been very successful on many occasions. Currently, I'm at about 315 students in my course.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a blessing because I haven't really promoted it as much, but because I'm just waiting for everything to be done, the other stuff that I'm building, Elite Plus. But when I tell you, I'm very happy with what it's gotten. The people that are there, like I said, I'm behind the scenes preparing myself to be able to dedicate myself and my staff to all the people, every single person who enters the course. We want you to succeed. Every single person. I don't just want your money for the sake of, pay me for this course, but I don't care whether you get the license or not. I want every single person to achieve their goal. The only thing that's going to stop you from achieving your goal is you, your budget. If you can't do it from home, okay, get an office. If you want to be beyond the office, get a storefront, and we're going to guide you along the way. So, all right. If you can pass 4473, that's not necessarily true, because you might be in a zoning district where you may not have a lot of capital and you can't get an office, and they won't allow you to do it from home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really depends on your situation.
The county, right? Like, I had the same situation with some guys that put all of their life savings into prototyping, quite possibly, actually, I should holler at you about this, quite possibly the most revolutionary firearm that would revolutionize one particular category of firearms. And I'm only saying this because I actually signed a non-disclosure agreement. I can probably say it's shotguns. So it's the patent is now approved, but the issue that they kept running into was that they couldn't get space because they only needed one closet, right, to release space to be able to
put a safe and have Hey, so my man said something
they
right here.
consider assembly manufacturing, which sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to address too many choices. He said, all I'm saying is that all FFLs will comply. I would love for him to elaborate on that. Okay, still be able to.
I'm saying is that all FFLs will comply. I don't know. I think so. I think what he may be referring to.
Yes,
is
correct. Yeah, you're right. FFLs are shall issue. So that means that if you abide by all the stipulations, statutes, and whatever they put in place, you will get the license. They have to comply. Your background check comes out clean. They will issue, shall issue, as long as you meet the requirements. So that's another very important point. So thank you, Too Many Choices, for that. So that's why I can confidently tell people is if you follow my instructions, even if they hit you with, oh, you can't have this at home, your budget is going to determine whether you can get it or not. Because you can go and find a commercial space.
Yeah.
But can you afford that commercial space? Is it going to be drivable distance from your home? That's what I did. I did it. I mean, I'm an example myself and many other people. When they got that commercial space, they have no problem. Zoning is like, okay, no problem. There you go.
Yeah.
They sign off on it.
Yeah, because if like you're an 0702, right, versus just an 02, you would actually have to be in an industrial zone. Like you can't be in like a CRM HD, whatever the commercial residential multi-use high density zoning, or you just have to pay attention to the zoning. And somebody else brought up some. So the
Morning Star. Let me address him real quick. The
Yeah.
FFL is under constant license revoking threats. I know you saw that documentary from, well, I can't think of the name of his channel right now. I saw the same video. And that is the fear mongering that they're putting out there. I've partnered with a company called Fastbound. Fastbound help make things very easy for the FFL as far as accountability of your firearms and being able to acquisition and disposition very seamlessly. So I don't feel like I'm constantly under threat, to be honest with you, because it's very easy. 4473s, I don't do them. I don't do them. It's not because they're more difficult. I don't do them because when it's time for my ATF investigation or inspection, whenever they come out, they have to sift through every single transfer that you've done. And for me, and with me being, having a YouTube platform, me dealing with a lot of people, it's a lot easier for me to do dealer transfers. So all of my dispositions are to another FFL. So that means when the ATF, this is just a little nugget here, a little note, little tipper for you guys to take. Whenever the ATF comes and does my inspections, they're only doing their accountability of what I have on hand.
Of what you send to other people, and then they go.
They'll look at that, but primarily they want to know what I have on hand. They're getting accountability that I have accountability. I'm accountable of the firearms that I say I have on hand, and also the machine guns that they have. That they have a list of your machine guns that you've manufactured, so they know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So my ATF inspection is going to take probably maybe 3-4 hours, and it's mainly because we're talking.
Yeah.
Right. They're going to look at my 5300-11. I think that's the form number, 5300. I just did it today, actually, the one for 2021, because it's due tomorrow on the 1st. And that's how many guns have you manufactured as a SOT? I mean, how many guns have you manufactured? Sorry, as a 07, type 07 FFL. Have you manufactured over that year? So you have to submit that report every year. It's due April 1st. So they want to see that report. They want to know that you have accountability of your machine guns. They want to know that you have you're accountable for all your 4473s if you do them. And also they want to report it of your dispositions. They're not taking any of the documentation with them. They just want to see it.
Yeah.
I could have used my apartment as a business location. Yeah, apartments are very difficult because a lot of times it's not zoning. It is your apartment complex that don't want you to utilize their location for the business, especially when it's dealing with firearms. But it was acceptable to use a virtual space. Now, I got this very question. I can pull it up on my phone. I literally got this question today from one of the guys that want to utilize a virtual office. The ATF, they're not going to let you use a virtual office because from time to time they like to come and do walk-ins. And if you have a virtual office, that means you don't have a dedicated space.
Yeah.
I actually tried to use a virtual office when I was, getting my FFL, and they told me, no, you can't use a virtual office. And I tried to fight it, but they said no. So
AG Cast, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, that's thank you, Corn Pop. Appreciate you.
But that's a good point though, because I literally tried that same approach with the virtual office, and they told me no.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of polarized on this topic. Just the topic alone of getting an FFL, because it's part of it is like the the constant things people say. Like before I made the decision to get tax stamps, people said, "Oh no, don't register anything, don't get any NFA item, because then you give up all your constitutional rights. The ATF can come knock on your door at any moment and walk in and search your whole home for the smallest component of." I was like, what? Like,
Yeah, so that's also false. And what I will tell you is this:
Mhm.
when the ATF comes to do their inspection, they only care about what's on your books.
Yeah.
That's all they care about, what's on your books. If
Yeah.
it's not on your books, then they don't care about it. Unless they blatantly see something or have a reason to believe that you're doing something illegal,
Yeah.
yes, they may search you. But beyond that, but that jumps into a whole different. You're on an investigation at that point. They need to
Yeah.
serve you papers in order to search your premise. So that's a whole different ballgame. A lot of people say that they're afraid. But I started my FFL from home and this right here in this location. This was my office, a home-based FFL. That's how I started out. Then I transitioned to a commercial office, not a storefront map matrix. I went to a commercial office, and that's where I still have my office to this day. I have not converted to a storefront. Maybe that's in my future. Maybe not. I don't know. I think I like the virtual digital. That's why I'm building my digital, my digital warehouse. I like to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm building that because I think that's more beneficial. That's the way of the future. I don't want to be locked into a specific location to have to stay there locked in. No, I like to move. I like to maneuver.
Yeah, and just so all you guys know, I will tell you that over the last decade and some change, I've acquired a nice little stamp collection.
Hey, Jeff Jefferson is real funny, man. Look at that comment right there. Jeff Jefferson Jr. Let's give him some attention. Hey, you got some attention today, brother.
Hello, Jay. Damon, AG, send me here to buy switches. You sell switches?
Very funny.
Oh, I buy illegal machine guns. Thank you very much from AG Cass. I pay for switches. That's great. So just so you guys know, I'm pretty sure AG Cass would likely not condone this behavior, and don't be trying to commit felonies up in my chat. Yeah,
Right.
so
But you can cash out me though. You can cash out me, and I'll send you a patch.
yeah,
Send you a
if you need
Wakanda
my
stamp
cash out
patch.
too, let me know.
Yeah.
No, but the ETF has never come knock on my door. Well, they probably watched me after the whole CRS thing, but they don't come check on my my cans and my SBRs and my AOWs and like it doesn't happen. And I think that people like tell these stories because they're like they want to scare people into like I had to make this decision. Would I rather not have the equipment that I want for self-preservation, or would I rather live in fear and think, oh, I don't want that because the ATF may knock on my door? I don't give a fuck if the ATF knock on my door. Like, welcome, please come in.
Yeah.
That's why my entire home is sanitized, because who knows? With what I do, literally reporting on the ATF and the shenanigans that they constantly are getting themselves into, they may knock on my door. But if they haven't knocked on John Crumb's door, they probably aren't going to knock on mine. Just saying.
Yeah. So Kiyashi, I think I pronounced that correctly. If you want to put that on the screen.
Yeah,
Jay talks about
it's all.
success. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy talks about success with this. Any words of advice to non-retail locations to grow business?
Yeah. Search around. I say search around and find a location that is affordable. You want to, and I say that because if you don't have a public facing platform, then growing your base. So I started. My goal was to, when I first got my FFL, is to build an audience. My goal towards the end of 2021 was 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. That was my goal. And that quickly ran up to 100,000. I was like, man, that is far above and beyond what I anticipated. So have a way to market, because you want your business to cover those expenses. You want your business to cover the cost of what it's going to take you to pay for that location. So it's all about your strategy. So focus more on your strategy and more so than the license, because you can get the license and you're just coming out of the pocket, wasting money every month. So my goal was to build a platform that I could, have my platform and multiple streams of income to pay for the expenses. That's the most important part. That's the most common approach when it comes to any business, is you want the business to cover the business's expenses. It sounds, pretty standard, but that's the focus.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I've run a few businesses. I've helped run a few businesses, and you would think that people could find it that simple, but it's not. You end up with a bunch of people commingling funds, and it's kind of crazy. But
yeah, discipline when it comes to the financial side.
Yeah. Really quickly, something came up a few times about FRT triggers, and I want all of you guys to know that as of the date of and I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm trying to inform you guys with at least the information that I have. And Jay, I'd like to know your thoughts on this too.
Yeah.
According to the determination letter, or the examination letter rather, from FATD, the ETF, the moment that examination letter was drafted and made public, they are considering force reset triggers machine guns. It does not matter that there's been no legislation, that there's been no act of Congress. They are machine guns in the eyes of the ATF because they said so. So much so to the point that we saw a white paper that they said that was going to be circulated to every single FFL, or I'm sorry, to every single LEO agency in the United States. And then furthermore, they also included pictures, what the units look like inside, like when you just shotgun the upper open. Furthermore, they sent, I was told, and I'd like to know if this actually happened, they sent letters out to every FFL on force reset triggers as well.
They did. I got it.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. So what did that look like?
Standard guidance, man. Standard guidance that you've seen reported on by what is his name? Oh man, I forget. It's too late, and I've been drinking. So
Agent Smith.
No. What is my man name? Who? May. What is his name? Out of California. Reno May.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. So the YouTuber Reno May. So I don't know how he gets his information as fast as he does, but he gets. I see the information come through my email. I work for a living, so I get the email maybe about 1:00 p.m. By 4:00 p.m. Reno May's got a video up talking about the very same topic. I'm like, God damn, dude, you're fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just basically, letting you know that how they're classifying and how they're, anticipating how they're going to classify those FRT triggers. They just put the information out there. It was a very long email. I didn't read it all, but I knew it was coming because I knew that the company was under, some type of, investigation or inspection, and it was going awry. So I knew I don't mess with those triggers, to be honest with you, because that's a SOT. Is like, why would I? Everything that I do, I mean, I know it sounds crazy speaking to an audience that may not have FFL SOTs, but in my mind, that's just how I perceive it. I don't really spend too much time thinking about it, because when you buy those things, you have to understand at any moment they can be reclassified.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Anything, braces.
They can be reclassified. So you just have to adjust fire and move on. You know what I mean? So the company you bought it from, they're going to hand over a registry of all the individuals they sold them to. Then they're going to recall them if they have to come to your door. That's yet to be seen, but there's a possibility they could come to your door if you don't forfeit them first. Or they may say, we're not going to spend our man hours to come to your door to get those, but if you go ahead and bring them up, they can cross them off. And you know what I mean? If you don't send them in, when they're I guess whatever, trying to do whatever they have to do to kind of regain control of those items.
Yeah.
I would like to see everybody get their FFL SOT. And I know, my man made a statement here about I'm not about buying my rights back. Too many choices. He said, I refuse to purchase my rights from the federal government. I feel you. I completely understand. But I can tell you that I go to bed very well at night knowing that I have many machine guns behind me. And I have my Form 2s, and they're approved within 2 days. Here we are with Form 4s for silencers. We're applauding the fact that they can get them back in 20 days, 30 days, 40 days. You know what I mean? That's a lot quicker than they used to, right? They used to be 7, 8, 9 months. So I feel good knowing that I can get my Form 2s back within 2 to 3 days. And I can even show you on some occasions, I've submitted a Form 2 for my KP9, Kalashnikov KP9 full auto. I submitted on a Saturday. The ATF is closed on a Saturday. Federal government is closed on a Saturday. Monday before noon, I got my approval back. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what's better than that? I was concerned about my full auto Desert Eagle. Them looking at that, it's like, what the why? And then giving me a call on the phone and saying, Jay, what are you doing? But they approved it within literally 2 days of them receiving it. They approved it.
Yeah, and I don't think people understand the beauty of e-forms, right? Like that's a game changer. Now, also, Martin Kaminsky said, well, hold on, if you're an SOT, then why can't you own them, the force reset triggers? Because once something is classified as a machine gun, you actually need an ATF form to document that they're on your books. So,
I can own them. I can own them, no problem. I just got to do the Form 2.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I would love to see an SOT put in a Form 2 for an FRT and see what they do.
Right.
See if they're like, oh no, we can't put that in the NFA registry. Or well, it would be on the NFA registry, but you know what I'm saying?
It probably would at this point, because that's probably that's I mean, if I go back to the email and read the full email, that's
I don't know if that'd be a good thing for us or a bad thing for us.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't even want to do that, because now you create a precedence, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I guess I would just be curious to see if they would even follow their own logic.
I think it would be a bit preemptive.
Yeah.
Black Rambo video, full auto, there's the deal. Yeah, man. So Black Rambo, he's Him and Twister, they took the video of them shooting my full auto Desert Eagle. That was that had the parts. Mr. Wilk did his thing on that damn thing. You see, it's a whole collaboration, man.
Yeah.
Those guys made it go stupid viral, and I got to give Twister and Black Rambo their credit, because those guys took my Instagram from 6,000 followers to 22,000 followers overnight.
Yeah, because that was your shit.
It's not even about look at the unity, right? Black Rambo shoots my gun. That Mr. Wilk, see, I don't take full credit. Mr. Wilk is the gunsmith. He's a responsible person on my FFL license. I brought him into the company.
Very intelligent dude.
Look,
very, very intelligent.
yeah, oh, absolutely. He's outstanding, right?
Yeah.
They shot that gun, Black Rambo. He made it go stupid viral. It was so stupid viral that it went to World Star twice.
Damn.
That's how stupid it went viral. So shout out, salute to Black Rambo, salute to Twister. And look, man, can you imagine what that feels like for your Instagram to go from 6,000 followers to 22,000 overnight? Can you imagine what that's like?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so the semantics of, yeah, my company owns, it's not me that owns it personally. My company owns it. My company owns the full auto Desert Eagle. And yes, I still have it in my possession, along with the 5.7, along with the KP9, along with my CF2 AR prototype, along with my 50 Beowulf full auto, along with my AK C39 V2 full auto. I mean, come on, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
But the point is, and you're gonna get a chance to shoot all those dark when you come out. Come kick it with me. So
I can bring some cool shit too. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let's get it. But those guys showed me a lot of love. You know what I mean? So Black Rambo, Twister, man, I will forever be, and none of this would be possible if it wasn't for Mr. Wilk. None of it would be possible whatsoever. So it's all about the team.
So Hank, yes, I saw this a few times. ATF recently examined devices commonly referred to
some of
as
them.
force
Yes, right.
reset triggers and determined that some of them are firearms and machine guns. Yes, you are 100% correct. That was the verbiage. Now, can you tell me which ones? Can the ATF tell me which ones?
Yeah, let me see.
They're specifically leaving it gray so they can make the decision based on the circumstances on if they're going to charge somebody or not. And
Hey, Dark. So I just pulled this up, man. What's your email? I'm gonna put.
Send it to I'll just text it to you. Or THEDARKESTMAVIS@gmail.com.
All right, I'm gonna send you the email from the ATF, and you guys will see it how we got it.
Yeah, and
I didn't read all of it, but what I will tell you is the lingo that my man just said there is exactly what they said in there. So
yeah.
Right.
No, I totally agree, and I don't want you guys to go purchase them, whether it's, like somebody said, I think it was actually you, Hank. Somebody said, like, don't worry, all of the customer information was e-shredded, and if that shit don't matter, because guess what? The ATF can go directly to stamps.com or can go directly to authorized.net or whatever merchant, credit card processing services they're using, and they will get the purchaser's information. So I don't want you guys to make decisions that may get you a decade in federal prison and $250,000 in fines. So just do things as smart as you possibly can. If anything, come holler at Jay and talk to him about getting your SOT.
Indeed.
Yeah. So just don't do stupid stuff. Keep it
above board, man.
Yeah, always. And also understand that one day we may live in a world without rule of law, and I hope we never get to that point. But if we do, like, look at Ukraine, right? You think they're tripping off? Like, hold on, let me see that. Is that full auto? Is that semi-auto? No. Like, we may be in a situation one day where we have to fight for our God-given rights, and I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, then you don't got to worry about laws. But let's hope that we keep it in the, yeah. Anyway, Jay the Shooter.
Yes,
my
sir.
man,
Hey,
Thank
Flying
you
Rich,
for
I
coming
just
on.
followed you back, man. I just followed you back, Flying Rich, on Instagram. I
Oh,
love
hey.
I love what I'm seeing. I'm looking at your profile right now. You're building some really wicked stuff, brother. Keep it
Yeah,
up.
he's actually he's one of the ones that sent me this. I'm about to open up
Yeah.
here. So I didn't know. I know you gotta work early in the morning. So
Yes, I do. I do.
you ready to call in?
Yes,
You
man.
good?
I'm about to call it, man. Hey, so I just want to send a shout out to everybody in the chat who chimed in, come in and asked the questions. If I didn't get to your question, make sure you go follow me on Instagram. I answer all DMs. So I will speak to you soon if you have a question specifically for me.
Hell yeah. Morningstar said you'll get arrested in Ukraine for
Not
not
having
coming with
Pilato.
Pilato. That's
Right.
what's up.
So what's next for me? Corin Pop's Revenge. You just gotta wait and see. Just gotta wait and see, man. Hey,
You
so
just may
Farmer
see
James, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
hell yeah.
Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
guys just may see, a video come out pretty soon of me and Jay at the range together. Popping off some shots. So
Yes, it's
yeah,
gonna happen very soon. It's definitely gonna happen, man. Hey, I
yeah.
got this new target that I'm coming in with right now, man. It's gonna be what is it called? What's the word? It's too late. Oh my god, it's gonna be a dueling target.
Oh, the dueling tree,
Yeah, not just a dueling tree.
the Texas Star.
No, I already got that out there. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
It's too late to be thinking.
No, you good.
It's a portable dueling tree, man. It is absolutely stupid. I'll send you a copy of it.
Nice.
And just spoke with Revolution Targets. So let me shout them out. RevolutionTargets.com. Go check out Revolution Targets and look at their portable dueling tree. And if you guys are interested in something like that, man, utilize the code SHOOTER when you buy that. Dark, I'm gonna send that to you right now.
Nice. Thank you. My bad. I just realized my shit was dying. I didn't plug my computer up. My bad.
Yeah, no worries. Right,
So let everyone
sorted.
know again. Oh, Matt Matrix, it is _J the Shooter. So check it out.
Correct.
It's _J the Shooter. And after, thank you, Fire Rider. After we wrap up, I'm going to do the little mail call, show off what some of the folks sent me, some of the fellas, and then we'll call it a night. So, yeah, Jay the Shooter, brother, thank you for coming on, and let everyone know, remind them, where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Hey, so most importantly, man, I don't know if you want to put this down below, have it scroll through. The website is ffl-elite.com. So that's the website, ffl-elite.com. That's where you can find the course. Otherwise, you can find me on _J the Shooter on Instagram and also on YouTube, J the Shooter. Just type in J the Shooter, THE Shooter. So everything's spelled correctly, and you can find me there. Drop a comment, hit a like button, and just show some love, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's it, man. Thank you for putting it up there.
I'm gonna add this.
Hey, Jeff Crine, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Matt Matrix, Sport Brand. Who else we got out here that's been showing love? A lot of people been showing love. James, where's James? Farmer James. Thank you, brother. You've been showing a lot of love doing this interview. Morningstar. Too Many Choices. Thank you for the great statements and questions. BV Luminous. Jay Duffy. Appreciate you, man. Everybody.
Oh yeah, we got a good little community here, man. Lots of great people, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. And the last thing I'll ask you for is closing remarks, dad advice. You could shout out another YouTuber or influencer, anybody you want to.
Hey man, I want to shout you out, man. Look, this interview was very laid back, man. I appreciate your approach. I love the colors and the theme you got going here. I mean, the community, your people. Thank you for doing what you do. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that, man.
Keep pushing, man. Can't wait to collaborate with you. Can't wait to the project that we're gonna do with one of Flying Rich's designs. I appreciate you, man. Just thank you for being you, doing what you do, man. Thank you guys for supporting all of us, to the supporters, the people that are out there. We're nothing without you guys. Remember that, man. We're absolutely nothing but people sitting behind microphones, talking to a camera, talking to ourselves without you guys supporting and hitting those like buttons. So make sure you hit the like buttons to this channel. This dude has did a damn good job with this interview. Asked some really good questions, brought some really good information to you guys. So make sure you support him at all costs.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, and we're definitely going to get out and do a range day soon, and
Yes, sir.
I'll bring some of my cool semi-auto toys, and you bring some of your cool full auto toys.
Indeed, indeed. Hey, thank you all. Salute, and I'm
All right,
out.
brother. Peace. That's what's up. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. Good peoples. All right, so as I promised, we got a mail call that we're going to do, and it seems like I got some really, really interesting stuff. I don't know. It's there's something that came that I don't know. Does this look familiar to you guys? Does this look familiar to you guys? Okay, so let's do this. So that was just a box. What's in the box? So this is from Fraz DARPA. This is from your boy Flying Rich and the Flying Rich Autonomous Zone. And just to correct one thing, it is actually Invader Zip's design. So shout out to Invader Zip. You my man's in them. Hold up. Okay, cool. So we're about to open this up. All right, I'll grab my trusty cold steel. That man, that thing's looking a little dirty. I gotta clean that bad boy. Look at that. This is the Black Talon 2. Woo. All right. Coming through with the 1 2, and they almost got me because I taped over everything right and all that, and I saw there was a sticker on the side that said like all the info and all that shit. Also, obviously, as we do this, man, shout out to JST Supply, dude. JST Supply, man, they we'll call it like this: JST Supply sponsors every single stream that Dark does. DLD After Dark is snap. Okay, hold up. I gotta set this drum aside. Oh my god, this is so fire. What? Bro. Oh my god. Okay, hold up. Dude, what? Rich, this is so fire. Okay, hold up. So first off, as you guys know, tomorrow is the 1st of April, okay? Now, it is highly likely that tomorrow is the day that the new rule change is going to come, all right? And I would recommend that people, if they so choose, that they stack up on as many 80s as they can, okay? Now, for me, if you guys know me, oh, snap. And you know that DLD After Dark, our color is blue. And we are a blue type of mofo. And that blue titanium is my life. What I drop? Here we go. Okay, so Dang, would you put parts in here, bro? I got Rich. Why is there a magazine release? You give me a free magazine release in here. So this is the one blue titanium that I did not have, which is the blue titanium 26. Woo! Look at that purifier. That glowy blue 26. Beautiful. Flying Rich, my man, thank you. Obviously, you know, he's not just sending me stuff for free, y'all. Like, you know, we're doing things, all right? I don't want people to be like, man, Dark is getting a bunch of free stuff. Why aren't people sending him all this free stuff? Like, if people would just send me a bunch of free 80s, man, I wouldn't spend as much money on my firearm building addiction as I do. Now, this next one is even more special because y'all know how I feel about blue titanium, okay? But this is not just any blue titanium. This and all these boxes come directly from the homies at JST Supply. Feel free, if one of the mods want to drop, there we go, they're dropping links in there. Use code DARK. If code DARK doesn't work, that means that you've used it way too much, and you can use code CRUMP, but don't say anything. Don't say that I told you that. This is a blue titanium aluminum 80. Look at that. Man, that thing is beautiful. Now I need to find a way to find a blue titanium upper. I have no idea how I'm going to find a blue titanium upper, or I'm just going to run the entire rest of the firearm in straight up like raw metal or something. I don't know. But that, my friend, ooh, straight fire. Straight fire. Look at that. Man, that's gangster. But even though this is straight fire, Rich, I love you. I love you for that. And I love you for sending me blue titanium because you love me. And I love you for drawing little pictures of you crashing a plane into a car on the side of the box and you crashing a plane into a house on the side of the box. You thought I wouldn't find it, but I found it. Now, to make this even cooler, you guys know that we're living in a world of 3D printers. Okay, we have some of the goats of 3D printing here. Okay, now we have Flying Rich that printed this SCAR stock, interchangeable with this SCAR tail hook pistol brace. So this, in combination with all these parts right here that are all 3D printed, this SCAR stock, which the whole UGG boot isn't completely on it right now, but this SCAR stock, woo, can actually go on any. God, look at the quality of that thing, bro. That's crazy. This SCAR stock can go on anything with a. Oh, there we go. Can go on anything with a Picatinny rail mount. Oh, got a little scraggler right there. Don't worry, I'll take care of that. And in this bag here is the butt pad. Now, apparently, I guess you're supposed to print out the butt pad in like a different kind of man, even the buttons are printed out, man. Like, God, like, Rich, you are the man, bro. Look at that. And my printer is down right now, y'all. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. So this is the bracket that mounts on the Picatinny mount. So I could actually mount a SCAR. Oh, whoops. Let me see. Is it the other way? Shit. I don't know which way that joint is. Anyway, I'll figure that part out. But I could actually mount a SCAR stock or a SCAR tailhook brace on, and I imagine that's the Are We Cool Yet? Yeah, that's the Are We Cool Yet logo underneath there. It just wasn't cleaned up yet. And this is the SCAR stock. This is the SCAR tailhook brace. That's the Are We Cool Yet logo. It's just not cleaned up yet. But damn, dude, this thing feels solid. And for the SCAR lovers out there, for all you guys, let me give you a look at the UGG boot. Hold up. Let's see if I can give this a little taparoo. I don't want to force it on there, but I do. I may have to do some filing for that one. There wouldn't be an issue with me putting this in. I don't think any hardware needs to go in there. Woo! God, look at that detail, man. It's solid, bro. And this is PLA. This is in PLA Plus. This is straight solid. Good God. I think this was the one that that Swamp Dog was running on his ish. All right, so let's do this. Oh, you know what? I think it is this way. Right? Okay, so I want to get this on so I can show you guys the Ugg boot. Dang! And then the Army Cooliat in the back. Woo! God, come on. Okay, so Army Cooliat. Oh, so it goes down. It goes down. So the way I was doing it in the beginning is correct. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some filing to get that in because I do not want to break it, but I do want to get that on there so I can show you guys the full effect of the scar. The cracking sound just means it's to tolerance. Yeah, I mean this is most of it is like supports crackling when I touch it, and the squeaking and shit when you take it off. Like, guys, this is 3D printed, so you can get, you know, within a certain amount of tolerance, but it's use the 4-star. You won't get it off for the TPU. Yeah, the TPU, isn't that like the soft, like rubbery shit? Hidden compartment. You know what? Good question. Knowing, are we cool yet? Probably. Just gonna say that. Yeah, I'll have to mess with that later. This, I believe, is also a cheek weld, maybe. Yeah, this is the, yep. Bro, that's crazy. Dog, this is like a straight up scar stock, dude. Well, I mean, it is a scar stock, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is nuts. Dude, I am like blown away by this. Totally blown away by this. The quality of this, and I don't know if y'all know this, but Rich, ooh, nails on the chalkboard. Rich runs his prints at like 17 times the typical speed that you're supposed to. And oh man, look at that. Look at that. It's starting to look more and more like a scar stock. Okay. If I wanted to throw the tailhook style brace in there, I could. But I may try to throw this on like a piston driven setup. Could you, so for my people out there, everything causes diabetes nowadays. For my people out there in the community, you could anneal this if you chose to, right? Like, you don't have to only anneal like frames and shit, right? Okay, so it wants to go on, and then it gets to a point where it's like, I don't want to anymore, and I don't want to crack it down too hard and like break the snap it at the layer lines or anything like that. But damn, dude, it looks so good. I'm gonna have to mess with this later. But goddamn, Rich, you did an excellent job. And if my printer was up and running right now, yeah, I would be printing these like crazy, man. This is nuts. Of course, I wouldn't expect anything less. He's gonna tell me I'm doing something wrong. Watch. Hello. You're on stream.
Don't force it, man.
Oh no, I'm hitting it with a hammer.
Yeah, there's a little bit of work. I'll show you later on when you're done.
No, I'm gonna hammer it on stream.
Then I'll have to start printing new parts for you right now.
Yeah, it looked like it would go right on, but
yeah,
it looks like some file work will take care of that.
Yeah, you need to work the back of that stock with like your pocket knife or something like that, and get some of that stringy filament off.
Yeah,
that was part of the support.
Yeah.
And then it should probably go on.
Yeah, I can get some of that off.
But I left a little bit of work for you to do.
Hey, no, I appreciate that. I appreciate the Oh yeah, there's like leftover supports inside the track that it goes down. Yeah, I can deal with that.
Yeah, so it's an 80% stock.
Well, it's not the only. Martin Kaminsky says DLD. It's actually a penis stretcher. Yeah, no, I didn't see, but there's actually a whole bunch of. Let's see if I can get the light in there. There's a whole bunch of like strings of filament in there that needs to be cleaned out, and that's why it's impacting it down there. So I can clean that shit up, no problem. So thank you for that. That's just a little bit of filing and a little bit of TLC, right? Oops.
Yeah, both Zip and I were biting our nails watching a hammer on that.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, I was just tapping it up. I wasn't,
Thanks for correcting. It's Zip's design, not my design.
It is. But I didn't want to be like, excuse me, guest, you're wrong. Dude, this is so sick, man. I mean, look, you can't even see any layer lines.
Yeah, I don't know if that's filament or what, but that is actually that 2x speed that Ralph was like, dude, that's going to blow up in your face.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like it's going to blow up in my face.
Ralph's like, it takes me 26 hours to print a lower. And I was like, oh, it took me 9 hours to print the Invader Zip blower.
Dude, that's nuts.
Yeah, Zip had the best comment. He's like, all right, weigh it. Tell me how much it weighs. I'm like, ooh, correct. But it's solid. It didn't print spaghetti infill. It definitely printed solid infill.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm gonna have some fun times getting this part, the hinge piece, to work on there, because there's definitely
Yeah, I think you need some springs. There's some pins and screws and springs that you need to make it all work.
well, it looks like there's a lot of not a lot. There's a decent amount of filament that needs to be pulled off. I can't tell, is that from supports or is that yeah,
It's rough and supports.
yeah, I just may need to clean that up a bit, but I mean it lines up well. It looks like, okay, so it looks like I see. So it looks like
There's a button that slides in there, so that's going to be in the bag.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks like it uses spring tension, and then obviously 2 screws that goes through it to secure it to the Picatinny rail. But dude, a Scar freaking stock, man, that's so sick, dude. This is probably the coolest freaking thing, to be able to fabricate a goddamn slide.
Well, that's the Are We Cool Yet guys. They hit you up. So yours is actually better than the one I printed for Swamp Dog.
Ooh.
Swampy's I think they said you can do an 80% infill. And because I did the infill as opposed to solid, 80%, so it's like 20% air basically.
Mm-hmm.
His curled a little bit on the rails where it goes together.
Yeah.
And that one that I printed for you didn't have any curls. It just went, like, after you clean up the supports on that, it just went in perfect. That's what I tested. So once I knew that worked fine, I'm like, all right, this is all up to dark now.
Yeah, no, I can clean all that shit up, because like all of this, like, this is for the tail hook piece, guys. So this clicks into that. Can you still see, Rich? And then this goes into that, right? And obviously there's going to be some hardware to keep that in there. But if you look, there's some mom spaghetti in there, which we'll be cleaning up. Yeah, this is, dude, I mean, look at the rest of the print. Like, that shit is clean, man. Like, obviously I'll clean up the logo and all that shit, but yeah, I mean, bro, it's clean, it's solid. It definitely passes the old smell test. Velcro, Velcro, Schmelcro.
Yeah, so that was Cura tree supports and then a check 2x speed. So this actually printed faster than the one I printed for Swampy, and his had 80% infill where it could go 80%.
That's
Not the
crazy.
hinge area, but
So I'm gonna put all of this in there, okay? And I am going to find a way to like anneal this, and then, or even just hit it with a freaking hair dryer. I don't care. But I'm gonna like run this on my Scorpion, and yeah, dude, this thing is masterful. And thank you also for the blue titaniums. I'll add that to my little back.
yeah, I'll have to check if I can get you a blue titanium upper.
Oh, dude, if you could, that would be incredible. That'd be awesome. And guys, stay tuned. Just wait. There's still one more. This one should be fun.
That lower was from 22 Mods for Oil, Scott Rolfe, who I had on John Crump Live a couple of weeks back. Scott is sponsoring the zip build, so he gave me a very discounted price on all of the parts I needed to complete the zip build, and Zip sent me the hardware kit. So, frickin' thanks. Dude, he sent me the hardware kit yesterday. I got
Hold
to
on. BV Luminous says, get two because I need one. Dude, you guys wait until you see Arcane Tactical is doing a project for me. It's going to be a battle-worn blue glowy Glock. And if you guys have not seen, I will pull it up again tonight. Arcane Tactical has some of the best finishes, period, that I've ever seen applied to firearms. That is not like metal work and shit like that.
If you guys looked at Dark's, battle-worn stuff and kind of drooled over it, and I have, Arcane kills it. It makes Dark's work look like a kid with a crayon.
It truly is. Like the difference between like the battle-worn shit that I did and his work is like literally artistic. I mean, I'll pull you know what, Matt? I'll open up this package and then I'll pull up Arcane Tactical shit and we'll review it again tonight if you guys hadn't seen it. It is literally the best, hands down, shit out there. But I also want to make sure. Oh fuck! It's already midnight. I missed the dagger slide. If you guys didn't, maybe go to the link and see if that dagger slide is still available for 129 or whatever it is, and let me know because I really did want to grab one of those for one of the builds. But hell yeah, dude, Rich, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for sending this to my mommy's house for me to pick it up in my basement. And yeah, you're the man.
No worries, man.
All right, brother. I'll call you after the stream so we can talk each other to sleep again.
All right.
All right. Love you too.
Good night.
Bye. Okay. So now this is from Swamp Dog. And as you can see, they took extra special care of this package. Holy tape, Batman. Oh. Oh, that was nice. He gave me an Apple AirTag. Wow, I'm just kidding. All right, so there's a few things here that this is a Lone Wolf Freedom Wolf 80%er. This is a Lone Wolf Freedom Wolf 80%er. This is a Swamp Dog specific AR-15 80%er. And this is the Strike 80. Bam, bam, bam. Dude, I never, ever thought in my life that I would own a Strike 80. Oh, let's do it. Oh my God. Oh, hold on. Let me finish real quick. Grab a couple tissues. Maybe a few tissues. Oh my God. Oh my God. Here it is, y'all. Here it is, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where is Arcane Tactical when you need him? Jesus. Add this to my collection of jigs. Holy shiza. Look at that. What some people refer to as the best 80% frame on the market. Look at that. Man. Now, for any mods watching, this is not a firearm. This is not even a frame. It's a component, okay? So don't get all crazy on me, all right? Wow. Wow. The fact that people pay $600 to $800 for these frames because they don't exist anymore is nuts. That's just crazy. Crazy. But God, that grip. Oh my God, the grip. That is crazy. Strike 80 for the win. You know what? Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to have Arcane Tactical do the work on this, man. That is incredible. But once you see how beautiful his work is, like I wouldn't even want to drill it after he does that. Nice strike, eh? Thanks, brother. Man, that's oh, I'm gonna sleep with it tonight. Swampy, I love you for this. Now we worked out a deal, and here's part of the deal, right? So, you know, I would just wish people would just send me boxes of 80s all day, every day, but that's not what's going on here. We are exchanging things. Okay. All right, y'all ready for this? Look at this. So this is a billet 80. Okay. Notice that it is undone. Swamp Dog Armory, 80% billet lower. Look at that. Look at that. So this is exactly how the DLD blue chem light lowers are going to be lasered. They are going to be the billet lowers with the threaded whatchamacallit, with the threaded whatchamacallit here too. And man, they did an excellent job. And the most important thing here is right there. Made in the USA. Swampy, I gotta say, man, they did a great job. Your logo could use a little work. The words Swamp Dog Armory, I think they went a little too heavy on it, or looks like they kind of like layered it, so it makes it a little blurry. Y'all see what I'm saying? Yeah, but as far as like the quality of the lower, man, this thing is solid, bro. Straight solid. Yeah, and just make sure you actually I'm not gonna say that because it was a joke, and it's a joke that can probably get me in trouble. So I'm not gonna say that. Fuck it. Just make sure you mill out the whole pocket and keep a small shelf on one side. So that one, I forgot. I'm so excited about this shit. I forgot where that's going. That's supposed to go to somebody else. And here we got the Freedom Wolf. So what I am doing for Swampy is are these unopened? Like actually unopened? So for Swampy, I am painting. I'm doing the battle worn paint jobs for him on these bad boys. Let's see. I don't remember if this is the stippled one or not, but this is the Freedom Wolf from Lone Wolf. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that stipple job, player. Damn. Ooh, that feels good. It is fuzzy. Woo. Eeh. Look at that. So when painting modules like this, it's important to, with like freaking pinpoint laser accuracy, to tape off the stippling, right? And you want this to be set up in such a way that when your paint is done and you remove the tape, that stipple is like down to like the curve of like the last little flap of plastic. You have to completely seal it. And what I typically do is I flip an X-Acto knife backwards and use the non-sharpened part of the X-Acto knife to push the tape right on that line, so you get a perfect line. So the pretty good border on this, I'm not gonna lie. Did a good job. They removed a little bit there for the undercut, still very smooth. I'd be curious to know what method they used for that. They also did the double undercut for the second hand here, and I gotta say, man, it feels good, you know? Yeah, good job. I don't know if they want me talking about who did the stippling. Oh shit, sweet, you're still alive. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you, Swampy, if you're here. Yeah, guys, this shit isn't for me, right? Like the stuff that oh nice. They stippled the back straps too. That's what's up. Yeah, so these aren't for me. This is for me to paint for Swampy. I'll be doing I think I'm doing the Deadpool red Battle Worn paint job on this one, and on this other one, I'll be doing the stainless. Yeah, so this is what the factory one looks like. I'll be doing the stainless gray Battle Worn, which came out beautiful because the undertone comes out like white, and this is what a regular factory Freedom Wolf looks like. Now, the only downside with the Freedom Wolf, and again, for any YouTube moderator watching this, know that this is not a firearm at all. This is just a grip module. For the Freedom Wolf, based on the Timberwolf lower, which the Timberwolf was quite possibly one of the best frames created, hands down. The problem is what they did is they said, "Oh, we're going to say F our, the people purchasing these, and we're going to be like, oh, you can build a Glock from this. However, you have to use a Gen 4 trigger housing and a Gen 3 parts kit with a Gen 4 magazine release, and you can use a Gen 3 or Gen 4 upper, but you got to use a Gen 3.5 locking block. So only some locking blocks between the Gen 3 to Gen 4 time frame work in these. So you may be parting it out, buying parts kits, and some may work and some may not, and some parts have to be Gen 4 and some parts have to be Gen 3. And so I finally got mine together, and I was like, man, fuck this shit, dude. Like this PPA is crazy. But again, I don't want you guys to look at this and be like, oh, Dark's getting a whole bunch of like stuff and blah blah blah. Like these aren't for me. The only thing for me here is the strike, which we have a personal deal that we're working on for that. So trust me, it would take somebody a good amount of work to accept a trade for a strike. So let me go back through here. So thank you to Flying Rich and thank you to Swamp Dog. You guys are awesome. And yeah, I have a Timberwolf as well. And shoot that shit for, hold on. Shoot that shit for 6 MOS and then paint it. Oh, for 6 months and then paint it. Damn. Well, I can't turn it into a firearm and then send it back to him. He has to be the one to turn this into a firearm and build and assemble. All I'm going to do is paint You know what I'm saying? And I know you were joking, but you know. Celebs always get good swag, bro. Come on, man. I'm in no way, shape, or form a celeb. But you know who is a celeb? Mr. Strike. Mr. Strike. God, man. I never thought that I would ever get my hands on one. Damn, that's so crazy. Damn. Swampy, man, you did it. You got me more sexually excited than my spouse with this. I'm just kidding. She gets me quite sexually excited. But yeah, thank you to Swampy and thank you to Flying Rich. This is an exciting day. This is a strikey day. And is it weird that the jig is exactly like the P80 jig? Like literally to the T. Like where they have the same company doing this shit? Like what's the deal? Anyway, I'm going to be taking a Patmos Revelation slide, a Patmos barrel, so all JST shit, and an Arcane Tactical Magwell, and a factory Glock like OEM +2 extension, and the Swamp Fox steel cage that goes around the optic. And I'm sending all that to Arcane Tactical, and he is going to be refinishing the items, and I want you guys to see his work. For all of you that have seen it already, you're just going to have to bear with watching this beautiful shit all over again. So here we go. This is the newest one from him. Look at this gold, black, and silver multicam. What? Look at that shit. Bro, that is so gorgeous with the Norso slide. God damn. This, look, I'm not typically down with like the whole OD type shit, but good God, look at that Cerakoted TLR7. Oh my God. Excellent job on that. It came out beautiful with this is what I was talking about, the perfect lines on the stippling to where the flat dark earth frame gets to shine through because the actual color of the frame is flat dark earth. So you get that dope contrast of the olive drab green battle worn camo and the flat dark earth on the stippling. And man, that fucking TLR7 on it is so gorgeous, man. You did an excellent job with the Arcane Tactical wing on that thing. This is the battle worn gold. This thing is gorgeous. Excellent job. It actually looks, this is a Marconia Armory slide. He actually did a build with, here you go. This one was actually for sale last I heard. It was on sale for $1,250, which is actually a good deal. The strike alone goes for $600 to $800 with no work done to it at all. So looking at what you get for it, I mean, that's it's just freaking beautiful. Oh my God. And look at the contrast, like with the magwell and the slide and then that frame. But you guys know me and you know the colors that I'm into. So let me just expedite this. So this is one that I thought was just beautiful. I wanted to show off. This has the contrast of that like stainless kind of battle worn, like the gray white battle worn with that blue frame. That's beautiful. You got to put a slide that you know matches that same contrast. What I am going to get here, let me go back. What I found to be most impressive that I literally was about to be like, do my whole shit in battle worn purple. This battle worn purple is like the most beautiful color that I've seen. And, you know, I was joking about it with like Rich and some other folks. And I was like, dude, if you called me and you were like, yo, Dark, I got an idea. What we're going to do is we're going to take a flat dark earth frame and we're going to do a flat dark earth multicam with a, you know, stainless battle worn slide with battle worn purple on the barrel and the magwell and the logo. I'd be like, what? Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like, no, that sounds stupid and disgusting, but damn, that shit works, dude. It works so well. It's so fucking beautiful. Look at that purple. Dude, I'm just like blown away at his work. Now let me find here. I'll go back to that one because that's super dope. But oh no, where's the? Hold up, where's the bluey? Oh, here it is. Here's one. So this is a little bit closer to the color scheme that I will be doing, but mine will likely be a little bit lighter blue. This is actually called a Jesse James Gray. It just happens to have a lot of blue in it. Damn, look at that frame, dude. Fuck. God damn, that's so beautiful. Excellent work, man. Arcane Tactical is just like on fire, man. All right, now hold on. Let me show you guys this, because this falls into that other category of like, I never would agree. Like, if you just called me and said, like, hey, this is what I want to do to your Glock, I'd be like, you're tripping, dude. But look at this. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. Let me put this full screen. Oh, it's full screen enough. Oh, damn it. All right, hold on. So I think this is probably the best light I'll be able to put the firearm in. So this is a blue battle worn camo with stainless battle worn slide and magwell with on a flat dark earth frame with flat dark earth stippling and then the blue logo, of course. Again, a weird sounding combination, but goddamn if you don't make that shit work, dude. And then this bad boy, oh my god, a freaking white strike, so beautiful. And this is another beautiful one, that red. I usually do not like red unless it's kind of like that Deadpool red, and he did an excellent job with this. The hood of that barrel is beautiful, straight up beautiful. Look at that work on the, and guys, that is so much work coming from somebody who has done a bunch of effing battle worn paint jobs. Holy fuck, look at that shit. Goddamn. Dude, that is just drop dead gorgeous, man. Sorry, I'm not even looking at chat, y'all. I'm so sorry. I dig that purple. Isn't the purple sick? Camo is cool. I got a couple lackluster drills. I need that torque in my life. Dark blushes on that star treatment. But he just got a strike frame for free. No, it is not for free. Trust me, it's not for free. But I will send you parts and you can change them or whatever. We all deserve to feel celeb like dark. No, I'm doing something for the strike and exchanging something for the strike. So if somebody hit me up and was like, "Yo, I'm going to send you this Strike 80 for free," I would feel super uncomfortable taking something for free. I have had stuff given to me for free, and yeah, I mean, I don't know, it just feels kind of weird. I am Farmer James. Trust me, I'm not. Dagger upper will fit a Gen 3 frame. This is going to be fun. Hell yeah. No, you're not a celeb, but if that 26 doesn't make it to the famous Roth roast, then boo. What, the gold, the Gucci one? I'm almost finished with it. DLD After Dark, you get that whiteout? Whiteout, what do you mean? Oh, like the white. This is a just a all black strike. Dark, you need to do an IG on polishing a Glock slide. Yeah, I have done some metal work, and I've done Keltec P3AT total transformation. I mean, it's crazy. And did a battle worn Glock 17 that's like 100,000 round freaking Gen 3 Glock, and I wanted the outside of the metal to meet the battle worn color, the paint and like the paint job on it. So, believe it or not, taking a Glock slide to your sink and washing it and scrubbing it with Dawn, which removes all oils from the surface and all that shit, and using the green side of the sponges, like the yellow and green sponges, that can do a lot to a Glock slide. So really, you don't even have to like polish it up like that or anything at all. You can, but it depends on if you want to go like hard chrome looking polish or if you want to go like, battle worn. They're two different things. Oh no, I didn't. John's getting that one. Yeah, but just so you guys know, and this is what I brought up last stream when the Strike 80 came up. Like Swampy and I worked out a deal to where I'm doing something for him and exchanging something, and he's doing something for me and exchanging something. So it's a fair deal. I wouldn't take advantage of that. The phrase "simmer down now" comes to mind. Bacon, don't over sizzle. Anyone ever have a build where the trigger will sometimes inconsistently fire, like a binary? Not sure how to fix it. Yes, Vash Matrix. That's typically the bend of your connector. If switching the connector out to an OEM connector does not fix the issue, then you can actually try to bend it. It depends on if it's too close to the trigger housing or too far away from the trigger housing, but it means it's out of spec. So you can fix it with A, an OEM connector, or B, a ghost connector. Those typically work well. And if that doesn't fix your problem, then it's usually the connection in the back of the cruciform when it's grabbing the striker, which means your cruciform is out of spec if it's not the connector. If your cruciform is out of spec, you can slightly, very, very slightly bend the cruciform up to engage with the sear or the striker. And you want to be careful when you're doing that, because it's not something to play around with. Or you could just swap them for all factory parts. That's when you try to fix it and it doesn't work, then your best bet is to switch to OEM shit. Dagger upper will fit. Yeah. So hopefully you picked one up. Hopefully it's still. Did anyone see if that deal is still going on? I do want to grab one of those. Yeah. So for my work that I'm having Arcane do, I'm kind of tempted to be like, all right, hey, I want to do like a mix of the blue battle worn and the like stainless gray kind of battle worn, because that that color together, but it all needs to also look good on a blue titanium frame. So yeah, but man, I may see if I can just keep this box, man. Like this is some beautiful shit. Oh yeah, Vash, and Vash, feel free if you want, man, reach out to me. Like I have no problem with you reaching out to me. If you want to hit me up through Instagram. You can hit me up through Instagram, call me through Instagram. You can email me. Honestly, I'm super behind. I've got like hundreds of messages in like Discord, Instagram, and emails. So probably not hundreds, but dozens and dozens and dozens that I have not followed back up with you guys. I'm so sorry. And actually, I just got an email, I think today, of a way that we can help AA Outdoors. He needs our help, and I don't want that to go unnoticed. And also know that there are a lot of people out there that also need our help too, like other people that we care about that are from our community and all that jazz. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end it on this, guys. I appreciate all of you tuning in. Having Jay the Shooter on here was awesome. Like, that's incredible. having people like Rich and Swampy send stuff over to me now. In full transparency, I purchased the shit from Rich, and I'm purchasing and exchanging services with Swamp Dog. So, just so you guys don't feel like I'm getting a bunch of viewers sending me a bunch of free shit, which I am happy to accept free shit if you guys send it. But depending on what it is, like we don't need to get into the story, but I had a couple people like that when I worked at the old gun shop that I think were just lonely dudes, and they would just give me stuff, and it's like, all right, you're either trying to like establish some kind of really, really weird relationship with me, or you're like a total fed and you're trying to like grease me over, or you're like a mob guy, and I don't know what I'm getting into, and I'm going to get whacked. And you guys know I do not like getting whacked off. I'm just kidding. I actually love getting whacked off. But let's go ahead and end it on this, guys. Just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Jay the Shooter. Thank you, Flying Rich. Thank you, Swamp Dog. Make sure that you guys take the time to thank Swamp Dog for setting up this dope-ass intro. Thank you, Swampy. We love you. And I'll end it like this, as I always do. Rule number 1, be kind. The most important thing that you can do in your life is to be kind. It gives you the highest reward for the lowest amount of input. Also, live a life of care, contribution, and compassion. Just be nice, be a good person. And we all know that the only way for us to defeat evil is good men being highly skilled in violence. So make sure that you, although being very disciplined with it, are also highly skilled in violence. And be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on your ass. And I think that's it. Peace. Love y'all. Thank you. I'll see y'all. Oh, special guest coming on Saturday. So we got a little threefer coming up here. So threefer for the reefer. So maybe has OEM looks for 99. It's for 26, but you just need the takedown spring if you use it for another build. Nice, that's what's up. Morningstar says, cheers. Here's to the new world order. All right, guys, I'm out. Love y'all. Take care. Bye. Chocolate rain. Chocolate rain.